Yo, salute everyone. Salute. What's going on? Pass the torch. Knicks Real Talk pregame edition, man. We're going to get into it. A recap of the Lakers and the Knicks from last night's thrilling game out there in Los Angeles. It was a nice game, man. Knicks lost in overtime. Great gutsy performance, but we fell up short after having a beautiful first half. Lakers got back on their game, man, and made it a competitive game and wound up pulling out at the end. So we're going to get into that, break down the game, man, some stats and all that good stuff. Just talk about the overall performance of the game. R.J. Barrett electrifying. Julius Randle played a great game. Bench didn't have too much last night, so we're going to get into all that and break it all down. But first and foremost, I hope everybody having a beautiful Sunday out there, wherever you're chiming in from, man. And you had a great day, man. You're home chilling, and wherever you're at, man, you're having a good time and enjoying yourself. So right now, man, y'all are here with Knicks Real Talk, man. We're here going to get it popping. Salute to Frank and Wills in the building, man. Salute to you guys. So we got to really get in talk about this game last night, man. It was a good energy game. Knicks played hard, man, but they fell short at the end. Obviously, LeBron James and Anthony Davis and all them guys took over in that third quarter and turned the whole thing around and got back into it, which I thought would happen. I didn't think the Knicks would blow them out the way they were doing in the first half. I knew them guys would get their mind right, come back out there, the veterans that they are, and get back into the game. And they sure did. But overall, though, man, I like the way we came out, the way we were playing. The first unit played well. Second unit did not come for us last night, so it made it a little tough, because the second unit didn't have nothing going on for us yesterday. Quickly, Obi and Grimes, they just what they didn't have it, man. Noel didn't have it like we thought he would. So, but overall, man, we played a good game. I can't say that I'm upset. I wish we could have got the W to help us out in the standings, but I'm not mad at the way we came out there and fought and scrapped and the way we got back in that game. I was really impressed to see that the Knicks they moved the ball pretty well, and the minute they did get stagnant, they kind of changed the game. But Anthony Davis and LeBron James, them got and Malik Monk, he caught fire in that third quarter, and they just outdid us, man. They really did, man. That third quarter was 31-13 scoring. So they did a 360 in that thing in one quarter and took over that league and everything like that. And then this last quarter we outscored about 3, and we got into overtime. Thanks to R.J. Barrett heroics with that beautiful 3-pointer there. But other than that, man, we wish we could have had that game. I mean, I'm not disappointed about the way they play. I just wanted that W, man, who can try to stay in this thing. But it was a good game there. It was a beautiful basketball to see on ABC on national television. LA was live. The Knicks was live. The arena was live. LeBron James was back in the building. Anthony Davis, man, it goes to show you what that team could be like once they get healthy. Imagine having Carmelo out there last night and things of that nature. That Westbrook wouldn't have had the game he had. But we play hard, man. Salute to the Knicks. They play hard. But a lot of our guys in the second unit just didn't come to the forefront, and it made it pretty tough for us. But overall, man, I can't complain by no means. It just was a good gutsy performance. We're going to get into all that, man. We're going to break all that down. But, like I said, man, 105-122 overtime. Knicks only shot 2 for 12, and I think 2 for 12 or 1 for 11 in that overtime game, and I think that was the tail of it right there. And they Trevor Reeser knocked out a timely shot that kind of stretched it a little bit, and Ever Fournier with the inbound play, I'm going to say bonehead play, threw it right to LeBron in the backcourt. LeBron goes down and slam it right there. And that pretty much was it, man. But, other than that, man, we play hard and all that good stuff. So we just got to live to fight another day, man. We going in, got a game tomorrow. So we got to go in there. If I think it's Denver, if I'm not mistaken, if it's Denver, then it's 9 o'clock tomorrow. So we got to try to go in there and do their thing, man. But LeBron James coming back off a 5-game high end with a triple-double. He really showed this thing, man. He did his thing yesterday, and Anthony Davis got it going, man. But that goes to show you what type of team that is when LeBron is healthy. When LeBron playing, that's a whole different team. He's the leader of that team, man. He's one of the best that ever did it in the game, and he came out and showed it why. But I got to give my man R.J. Barrett some credit last night on the big stage in the big moment, going up against the top 5, one of the top 5, top greatest players of all time when this thing is all said and done. And he came out there and played. He wanted the challenge. And I think that was a good test for R.J. Barrett. Like I said on the pregame yesterday, going to be a really good challenge for R.J. Barrett to see how he do going up against LeBron James. And I think he'll see the expectations for me. 36 points, aggressive, everything, man. Julius Randle had a good game as well, and I go over the scores and break down their stats and everything in a few minutes. Just let me get it going, man, and wind it up and just talk about it right now. But it was a good game, man. I enjoyed every bit of that game. except for that third quarter. But I knew LA was going to get back into it because I knew like this won't stay like this in the first half. It's a tale of two halves. But even though LA got back in that thing and took the lead, you got to salute the Knicks for hanging in there and grinding it out until they got that thing in range where they got that overtime, man. Because they could have easily gave up, but they didn't, man. So you got to give them their flowers for them being competitive like that yesterday, man. And I'm really happy to see that. I just wish that a couple of other guys, like Quickly, Grimes, and maybe Obi and them could have got a little bit going. Burks and have it. Kemba Walker just, what can I say? We've been talking about that for a minute. But overall, man, like I said, it still was an impressive game for the Knicks. I'm happy about what I've seen, and I hope we just continue, trying to get better. I'm just trying to get better, man, and live to fight another day. Before the box scores, like I said, 122 to 115. Knicks scored 42 points in the first quarter. They scored 29, but in that third quarter, they gave up 31, and that was pretty much it. And they only scored 13 points. So that there was a tale of two halves almost right there, and that's what happened. And from that standpoint, then you also got to take into consideration. But let's just go over the Knicks box scores. Julius Randle, 41 minutes, 11 for 22 field goals, 2 for 4 from three-point line, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks. The 5 turnovers. It is what it is. A couple of them hurt us, I think, at a crucial time in the game, -9, but he scored 32. Mitchell Robinson, 30 minutes, 2 for 4. He didn't really have it going. He still had 11 rebounds, though. He was a +8. Mitchell Robinson, he did what he could do against Anthony Davis, but a lot of Anthony Davis getting down was when Nerlens Noel was in there. I think he just was pushing Nerlens Noel around pretty much the way he wanted to at that time. You know what I mean? And I do think that's where a lot of Anthony Davis points came in when Nerlens Noel was in there. He just was pushing that dude around like it wasn't nothing. But other than that, man, I got to say, like I said, Mitch, 11 rebounds, 3 steals. No blocks. It seemed like he couldn't get off his feet the way he wanted to yesterday, but he had 4 points. Kemba Walker, 24 minutes, 3 for 7, 1 for 4 from three-point line, 3 assists, 1 rebound. He had a plus or minus. He just was a 0, period, even across the board. Evan Fournier had a disappointing game to me. I thought he could have been better. 37 minutes, 5 for 14, 5 for 14 from the 2-point range, and 3 from 10 from the 3-point range. 3 for 10, not good. 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, a costly turnover, I might say, one of them. And he was a -4, 15 points. RJ Barrett, that was amazing, man. 50 minutes, guys. 50 minutes for RJ Barrett. 13 for 28, 4 from 10 from the 3-point line, 6 for 9 from the charity stripe. RJ, you got to hit them free throws, man. We lost that game big time by the free throw percentage. But he had 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He was doing this thing, man. He was a -2, but I'll take that minus for what he did. 36 points. He was really doing this thing yesterday. So salute to RJ Barrett for coming up big yesterday for the Knicks. He really kept that game going. Obi Toppin only had 12 minutes, 2 for 7, 0 for 2 from three-point line. He was a +2, though, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Noel, 23 minutes, 1 field goal, 3 foul techs. He did good for that, 3 for 3. He was a -15, though. He only had 1 rebound. Nerlens Noel, 1 rebound. 1 rebound, guys. 1 block, -15, 5 points. Alex Burks, 2 for 7, 30 minutes. 7 for 8 for the charity stripe. He did well there. He had 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a -7. So I think he could have gave us a better performance. But overall, they went and played last night. They came out there to play, and they really played hard. Team overall, they shot 39% field goal. You can't do that after having that beautiful first half. They only shot 39%, 39 for 98 in field goals, only 39%. 28 from the 3-point range after starting out hot in the first quarter, 11 for 38. Charity stripe, 72%, killed us again. It turnovers, 14 turnovers. That was them things right there come back to haunt you, and they really do. And I think it did last night in that second half. But overall, though, man, they still compete in battle. They came to play, but they fell up short. But to me, man, this thing right here is about RJ Barrett, man. What can I say, man? That young man went on a big stage and made it happen yesterday. I was so happy to see that. Because I wanted to see that, and if everybody who's in the pregame and say, you heard me say that Randall and RJ, we need them to have a big game. You know what? They came up. They both came up. and they came up well. I think Fournier would have gave us a little more. I think, obviously Kimba gave us what Kimba give us, and but I think Quickly and Grimes didn't give us nothing. And I think that was the tale of two halves. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I didn't think that was going to happen either, man. It's always a tale of two halves, and I think I knew that one going to happen, not against them dudes. And I think that's what happened. But they that third quarter, I was like, if the Lakers come out and blitz them in the third quarter, they'd be right back in the thing. And that's exactly what happened. They came out in that third quarter, they blitzed the Knicks, and Tom Thibodeau had to call a quick timeout because they blitzed them. But then the second unit couldn't give us nothing. So obviously that didn't help neither, man. But overall, man, that's what you do when you got a guy like LeBron James on your team, and you got Anthony Davis. It's just hard to compete against guys like that. But overall, RJ did his thing, man. I was happy for him. I really was. That was amazing to see that with that young man, the way he competed out there. And he's 21 years old, still got a lot to learn, and he's still growing. But that boy, he was special last night. So, you got to give your flowers to RJ Barrett last night, man. Young man having a great second half of the season, averaging probably like 23. In the second half of the season, man, he is really doing this thing. His splits is amazing. 40, I think you got to get a field goal and double a little bit, but he's shooting like 41, 40, and get them free throws up. I think you can imagine if he hit his free throws, RJ probably be averaging right now 20 a game, maybe. Man, he's missing about three charity strike points a game. You can imagine if he was knocking them things down. So when the off season comes, that's what RJ got to do. You got to get in there and work on them, that charity stripe. And stay focused on that line and use the wrist out his muscles when he down there on that charity stripe, man, and work on that mid range. But I know he will because this guy loved to work, man. He's Utah next. Appreciate that for you guys. But he's a gym guy, man. He stays in the gym. He works hard. He does what he does, man. He's a young man who gets in the gym and does his thing. So I'm really looking for the maturation in him. Now, what's going to be interesting about RJ Barrett when it's time for him to get that rookie extension? Let's hope by then he really took another step. But if indication the way he's going right now, in 2.5 years in the NBA, we keep on this maturation in the process, he's going to be something special. The man got the body side, got the bully ball in him. He just got to work on a couple of things, man. I think he's going to be fine. But overall, man, give that man a massive A+ yesterday. He did a great job yesterday from beginning to end. So salute to RJ Barrett. Julius Randle, 32 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists. 2 blocks, but you go them turnovers, but he had a great game as well. He just had a couple of times with the turnover that might have hurt us at a crucial time. But Julius Randle, what a bounce back game for him. Been playing pretty good lately. But he went up against the Lakers and did his thing. So you can't say enough about what he did yesterday. His offense number, his game was there, defense was there. So everything else that we might harp on Julius Randle about, we'll leave that for another time. But as far as last night, he was really, really doing his thing out there. So salute to Julius Randle, man, for putting up that good game yesterday. I think he did us a good service for the Knicks by doing that. And then other than that, man, we play with a lot of energy. We need to keep that same pace going. We got to keep fighting like that. But that pace was good that first quarter, man. But we just a point guard away, guys. We just a point guard away from really, really making something happen in New York. A bona fide point guard. Obviously, my thought about Westbrook last night, that wasn't reality because that man stunk up the joint last night. It happens, but he stunk it up last night. But he didn't make nobody in Knickland feel good about his behind last night. But he surely didn't come to the table and play for the Lakers, and I'm glad he didn't because that helped us out a great deal. And then we will get into the trade rumors as well. Frank Montos, we're gonna break all that down. I know that's what everybody want to get into, but like I said, it's to recap, man. Evan Fournier. He just didn't have it last night as well. After having he's minus 40, 15 point shot, 3 from 10 from the 3-point line. Overall, 4 for 14. That just ain't gonna cut it neither. But it was good. Like I said, Davis 28, LeBron 29, triple double. LeBron doing LeBron things. You can't say enough about that. But Anthony Davis was dominant, 17 rebounds, 4 blocks. He was killing it. So we came to play, and that's all you can ask for. And Monk, like you said, Monk was cooking as well. Laker fan for life, giving his flowers till he did his thing as well in that third quarter. He the one pretty much made it happen. But overall, we just gotta live to fight another day, man. Because after that, we say what went wrong. Hey man, I just think that we didn't have enough for the second unit. They didn't give us nothing. Kimber really couldn't get us nothing. I don't know why that experiment still continuing to happen. You got to come to a point where that thing got to stop. It's just that, what? It ain't about feelings and emotions. The Kimba experiment to me is a done deal. It's a done deal. And if Tibbs keeps starting him, I just think it's a detriment to what that team trying to do. Because if you're going to keep starting Kemba Walker, then obviously that means the season is over. So if that's the case, you might as well just get to start McBride and them and let them get their burn. And if you keep starting Kemba Walker, and we know the season's going to be over before you know it, kill that noise, kill the experiment, get him up out of here, or bench him for now. You did it early in the year, and because it wasn't working anyway, you might as well do it again this time. People know who Kemba Walker is. You know what I mean? But team want him, they get him. But right now, he don't need to be starting for the Knicks. It's just not good. You know what I mean? And it's not good because, think about the last 8 games. We won 1-7, man, with him there. And then again, like I said, the game we won, he only played 20 minutes. I think he didn't play a lot that game. I don't know, man. I just think that thing is not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. 1-8 since he's been back. 1-7 in 8 games. We are going backwards with Kemba Walker there. He just don't have it, guys. I'm sorry. And it's not about Kemba Walker, the person. It's not about Kemba Walker, the professional. It's not about Kemba Walker, what he did his career. Right now, I think that knee is just a problem. And I think he don't fit what we trying to do, because he used to be in that dominant guy, got the ball first. The plays usually run through Kemba Walker when he was in Charlotte. And balls that ran through him. But now it's running through Randall, and it's a different game for him. And so it's not boding well, guys. You think about this guy in the last so many games haven't scored double digits. And I just think this is not fair to him, and I don't think it's fair to the Knicks, to be honest with you. So I think we need to move on from that. Other than that, man, that's what it was, man. That was the recap right there, man. It was 122-115. Like, our defense, 122 points, even before regulation. You can't give up that many points expect to win basketball games. We and our defense got to make sure, they played well in the first half. The defense only gave up 56 points. That's still a little bit too much, but our defense got to get better, man. But you went up against a superior talent though. But I got to give Nick Flower. They played, they competed, they scrapped. They was gritty last night. That's what I love to see. Just like LeBron James came out on the other end, it was a little better than we were. So salute to the Lakers for pulling that off. But other than that, man, I think that's where it went wrong on the defense end and them turnovers, 14, and that charity strike. We still missing from the free throw line. We getting hammered there, man. The last so many games, man, we missing 10 free throws a game, and things like that, man. We lost by 7. Julius Randle gets a technical when it's not necessarily needed a technical. You're sitting on a bench, just keep your mouth closed. He got a technical for that point. At that point, with the 10 missed free throws and a couple of calls here and there could have went another way. But then that fourth quarter, we didn't have it on the offense side. We only just went 2 for 12 or some of that nature. So that's what happened. But other than that, man, we move on to the next one, man. Great gutsy performance, but it just resulted in an L. And then we got to move on to the next one, man. So let's hope that the next game be the same way, but our defense come up a little bit more, and our bench can give us something. Because our bench didn't give it. Our whole bench yesterday, they scored, but it wasn't efficient. Like I said, Obi 4, Noel 5, Burks 12. That was it. And at Burks 12, Grimes, Quickly, no show. Quickly with the foul trouble from the beginning. He only played 5 minutes. Grimes 15 minutes, 0 for 5, 0 for 4 from 3, 4 rebounds, no assists. So he didn't have it neither. But it's cool. We get it popping the next time. But yeah, man. Other than that, man, we just gotta be ready and be excited for what's coming up next, man. Because like I said, we was there, but we didn't hold it down. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it boiled down to. Taylor 2 halves, but salute to RJ Barrett for keeping us in the game, playing hard, scrapping, competing, and I think that was a good step for him. A really good step for RJ Barrett. I hope he continued putting in the work the way he did, and keep it moving, man. Because I think the young man's on the cusp of something. I really do. I like the way he played yesterday. He was aggressive, man. He wasn't, and I like that. And he clutched too. I noticed that young man is not scared to shoot that clutch shot. And then that's what superstars do right there. He's not a superstar. I'm saying that's to get to be a superstar. That's one moment that you always got to feel like you could do. You could win in that big game. And that big time when you need the bucket the most, can you deliver? And young man delivered. He really did. So salute to that. We get into it, man. But I know everybody ready to get into the trade room. We're gonna do all that. And as my man Frank Montos reported earlier, as we came in, Other than that, like Cleveland Cavaliers got Caris LeVert. Thank you, Frank, for reporting that earlier. I appreciate that. Cleveland got Caris LeVert, and the trade went down like this here. Cleveland gets traded Rubio to Spiron with a first-round pick, a second round for Caris LeVert. And Frank, you've been on that for a minute, but only you wanted to be the Knicks instead of the Pacers. But that Rubio Spiron was out there. That was a good call on you, man. Appreciate that. Real talk. Great call, man. That's what it is right there, man. That's what you wanted to do. And get it popping. So salute to Frank Mato, great reporting on that, for getting us popping up in there. And salute to Canal. Long time long see, but salute to Canal, man. Salute to you. But yeah, man. That was a good trade. That was a good trade for them. That was a good trade for them. Now you got Darius Garland and Caris LeVert in the backcourt. That's nice. If they get Marketing back at the 3, which they've been playing them all year. That's gonna be pretty tough with Mobley and Jared Allen down there. That's a nice team right there, man. So I look like they're gonna stay up in there and competing up in that top 5 the way it looks right now. Yeah, real talk, man. So did I, man. I thought that was a good contract to do, man, and get that aspiring out the way. And but see, it all depends what Knicks are willing to give up. They gave up Caris LeVert in the first and the second. Smart of them, really was. Real smart of them guys to do what they did to get that contract of Rubio's and get Caris LeVert there. And they still, like you said, they still got Sabonis and Turner out there. How do you see them guys fit? Any one of them guys fitting in with the Knicks? I know Turner's hurt though, but I like the contract. You know, he only got 1 year left on that deal, 1 or 2, something like that. I like his deal, and it's a bonus. You know, he a beast. You know, so it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna grab them dudes up, man, because they look like they open for sale. Look like the Indiana Pacers is open the wheel and deal on contracts they got. So I think that's gonna be around and want to build around Duarte and them young guys coming in there. He need to come over here, you know, and I don't know if the Knicks got the players they looking for from a youth movement. It doesn't we want to get rid of any of our youth, but we do got some mid-tier vets they can have and who got some good contracts. The Knicks want to make a deal with them. But that was a good move by them. It really was. It was a good move by them. And I think they're going to do all right with that, man. I think that's going to help that team tremendously. Yeah. That didn't look good last night for him right now, Kuma. It did. And I'm one of the guys that I try to defend Russell Westbrook at least with his career status. Last night's game, he stunk it up. You know, I'm always to support his career status. I'm not a Westbrook guy, but I always try to keep it real when it comes to what these guys did in their career. But last night, the Laker fan didn't want him. And that was scary. So, but we ain't the only fan that boo our players. That glad to see that. Knicks fan, they the only want to be booing their players when they ain't doing good. He was getting it from the Laker people yesterday, man, up in them stands, man. They was giving to him like they give it to our guys. So, you know, he get what he get though. But you know, it's tough when you somebody like Russell Westbrook, you're not playing. But I think that's you know, I think that's just part of the game. I'm guaranteed once he catch fire, they'll cheer him as well. You know what I mean? But right now, you know, he's getting the boo bird because he's not playing well. But he was shooting some bricks last night, though. A couple of them shots he's seen. I see why y'all call him Russell Westbrook. A couple of them was like, man. You know, but yeah, man, that I got so right now, we heard right now is Cleveland out there that did their thing. Good for them. You know, but we had Leon Rose in the building last night. He was there. You know, his eyes was open looking to see what's going on. I wonder what that man is thinking on there, you know, because I know his mind got to be like, okay. And, you know, we heard about that thing yesterday with, Kemba Walker, maybe the Charlotte down here where I'm at, down here to maybe with Charlotte with, and maybe getting back Ish Smith. That would be interesting to see as well. But I'm hoping they do some roster spot opening up. Because this, like I said, this West Coast, this trip don't go the way it's going to go, guys. It might be a wrap for the season for our playoffs. Maybe play in, but the more we lose, the harder it's going to be to get up in there. Salute my man Julian, salute to you, salute to the chat, man, salute to everybody, White Falcon, everybody, Canal, Will, Tim, salute to all you guys, man. Thank y'all for coming in. XO75, EXO75, salute to you, Laker fan for life, everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all coming in on this beautiful Sunday. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. We got to see what the Knicks organization going to do. If they're going to make a move somewhere. They're going to try to get this roster turned around one way or the other, whether it's competing or whether it's getting rid of some contract to get these young guys some burn, and get them ready for next season. So we got to see what the Knicks are going to do from that standpoint. If they're going to wheel and deal and try to get rid of some contract for maybe picks and salary cap, or maybe give Cam Reddish some burn. But but here's another thing. Like I said, man, it was interesting. That's why I said, man, where did these young guys can play? You see when the pressure game comes up, though. And that's why we said that I would always say, guys, like sometime when we in pressure games, like that's like the playoffs. You gotta have the right veteran, because sometimes the stage might be too big for Grimes. Grimes ain't never been in a situation like he was last night with the Lakers. Nowhere in college, not even in the NBA, he played a game this big. He played so that was a big game for Quentin Grimes yesterday. You went in amongst a Hollywood star. The atmosphere is buzzing. Quickly, the atmosphere was buzzing. You know what I mean? These guys, that's what it is when you're young and you come in a game like that last night. But that was a growing lesson for them guys. It was good to grow. That's what I love about it. Yes, it was good to grow for them guys. It was a good learning lesson for them to be able to be in that atmosphere and understand that you have to, go through it, man. But I believe in our young guys. I believe they're gonna come back the right way, and I believe they're gonna bounce back from that. But yes, it was big. It was just big. You know what I mean? That was like a playoff game atmosphere for them, and that's what happens. Pressure could do that to you, man. And that's why I said sometimes we can't take for granted what happened last year when I with Obi and my man in the playoffs, and Julius Randle and RJ in the playoff. It was pressure. So that was a pressure game. But that's how you get better, though. You go through them pressure games, you go through the trials and tribulations, and you get good at it. You learn from the next one. You come back and you do better. So I think that's what they did last. They bounce back. They're resilient bunch of young guys. But you know what? Overall, the trading deadline is here, man. 4 more days. We need to get this thing settled, get some players in here, or free somebody up to get players out of here, so we can make some moves one way or the other. Some trades out there. You guys welcome to throw them in the chat, what y'all think y'all would like to see out there, or what do you think we need to do? Feel free to throw it in there. You know me, man. Y'all the visible panel. I'll make sure I get them out there to you guys. But overall, I'm just looking for us to do some do some wheeling and dealing here, man. I really do. I think we need to do some wheeling and dealing. Yeah. I'm quite sure. I'm quite sure. Paris, that he probably like, I told y'all. But you know what? I would love to see us do something. I mean, we need a point guard situation. I don't know if the Fox thing is reality, how that's going to pan out. We don't know if Sacramento going to move him or not. We don't know if the Knicks even interested in Fox. Like I said, sometimes we throw trade rumors out there because we hear them as rumors until they come reality. Unless you got inside sources, you don't really know. But we only kind of can speculate on what we see out there in all the places. But I do think that we will wind up doing something. It might be minor, but we need to do something. Like I said, we don't think we're going to get in this thing and get in there and get it popping. Then the best thing to do is free up some roster spots, clear some salary, and let McBride and Cam and RJ and all these guys, them young boys, get in there and gel together. You know what I mean? And through the rest of the season, because we down to 29 games, they be gone before you know it. And if we out of it, the off season gonna be interesting. I'm disappointed if we don't get to the playoffs or play, and I'm very disappointed at to come out of last year, after spending the money we spent, thought that we had a good product on the floor. And myself, man, I thought we were going to win close to 50. We nowhere near it. So I think Vegas knew what they were talking about. They really did. So it is what it is, man. We just got to find a way to right the ship, man. But I do think if we can't get this thing popping in the direction where we're going to make the playoffs, if you don't let McBride and Cam and them play, something wrong with that organization. If we out of that playoff spot and we can't get in, we don't feel like we're going to be able to make that play in when we do get to that point, you got to let these young guys get in there and get this experience, man. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100% on that one. Just to get it, you know what I mean? And like I said, you get Kemba Walker $9 million next year off the books, $8-9 million, whatever the case may be. I think that's just the right thing to do. I'm just glad and move on from that. If the issue thing is out there, get him. He don't necessarily got to. It's not like he's a starting point guard. He's not coming to New York to start, guys. So that's not a big deal to me. And then when D Rose get back, I don't know what they do with Ish Smith or whatever the case may be. For all they know, they can waive him. They don't care. They get the contract coming off the books anyway. So but we got to. I think you got to give McBride a chance to play in these things, man. I just think you got to get a young man an opportunity. I mean, I think if my man, just like my man Quentin Grimes did, he got an opportunity, took advantage of it. And I think McBride, I think he can help the Knicks. I really do, man. I just think his defense tenacity, his unselfishness, not have to worry about have to shoot the ball in that starting lineup and let RJ and Randall and Fournier do that. All he do is try to facilitate with them and keep them point guards honest, coming to the lane and all that good stuff. I just think it's a win-win for me. You're not even relying on this offense. We Walker didn't give him no offense, and we didn't need his last night, but we did need some defense. We gave him 122 points, and like Tibbs said, that defense dictates everything. So we played good, somewhat defense. I wouldn't say it was great in the first half. We still gave up 56 points. So that you put two core together, that's 112. We lost 122 counting overtime. Gave up 122, excuse me. But you know what? We're gonna see how it's gonna go. If the Knicks gonna make a move to bolster this team to try to get back in it with 29 games left, are they gonna say, you know what? Maybe we can get a point guard in here to do something to help Julius Randle and RJ Barrett out, and hopefully Fournier continues stride? Or are they gonna say, you know what? We don't think we're going to be able to get there. So we will see after these next 4 games, excuse me. We lost one of them. We 5 games under. 5 games under, man. You know what I mean? So if we don't make that up pretty soon, it's going to be, I think it'll be over, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Real talk, and I just think that's what it's going to be. Salute to Shaw Powell in the building. Salute Shaw Powell. Salute. Lakers just traded Rondo, so I don't know why they would want him back. I think Rondo going to help the Cleveland Cavaliers with that experience down there. Going to help him. I think he's going to do a good job. He's going to help Darius Garland a great deal out down there. A great deal. Him down there is like having D Rose here. He's going to help Darius Garland game tremendously. He's a savvy veteran who knows how to play the game. He's going to teach him a lot of stuff. And that's the reason why I don't understand why we not playing McBride when you got Derrick Rose there to teach that man even when he playing the game, when he come out for a timeout, Derrick Rose will sit down and tell him what he did right, what he told him did wrong, what he could do better, and that's why I don't understand why we not salute Jermaine's peace, my brother. Salute to you as well. Salute Jermaine. That's why I don't understand with the McBride thing. Get a man some shine, man. You got Derrick Rose there to edge you, to show on the way, man. To show on the way. Real talk. Got you, brother. But yeah, man, you got guys like Derrick Rose to show McBride the way, and things like that. I just think that you got to let that man play a little bit. You know what I mean? I know how hard it is with the way Tibbs get down and all that stuff, man. But I think you're gonna see something different if this thing. If we don't do nothing at trading deadline and we ain't in this thing moving forward, I think you will see something different. I really do. I think these guys gonna just say forget it, whatever. I think that's the only choice they got. So we're gonna see how that go, man, and all that stuff. But I'm really looking forward to these next 4 games. Most important 4 games of the season for the Knicks, guys, ladies and gents. The most important 4 games of the season is coming up right now. This would be the end all, be all, the tell all. This road trip. Like I said earlier in the week or yesterday, we come off this road trip in the wrong direction. RAP is a wrap. It's done. Because I don't think we're gonna have the mental fortitude to get back in it. Because I think a lot of our young guys might not have the mental fortitude to fight that hard, and I think a lot of our veterans might tap out. I think they might be tapped out by then. And I'm hoping not with a coach who competitive he is. But this is not a good thing for Tibbs, and it's not a good thing for our players that we don't get. We play hard, man. We should have won that game last night, and we could have been 1 game closer. Could have went to the next game and got it popping, and we didn't. We just but gutsy performance, but it wasn't enough. It really wasn't enough. Yeah, that's an interesting one as well, Akuma. And there's another thing I did that the Detroit Pistons interested in Mitchell Robinson. Will the Knicks do that? It's hard to say, but the Detroit Pistons are interested in Mitch. They believe that he fits the timeline of what Cade Cunningham and what they're trying to do down there with them guys. Because if they don't trade for him, you never know. They probably try to sign him in the offseason. So the Knicks got to look at that as well. What the Knicks going to do with Mitchell Robinson. If they're going to give him his extension, or they're gonna let him walk, or somebody else might beat him to the punch. So that's interesting. Another thing to look out for the next 4 days. What do the Knicks do with Mitchell Robinson? Are they going to decide to extend him next year because they don't want to lose him for nothing? Obviously, they wouldn't do that, but they can always do a sign and trade. But it's interesting to see what they're going to do with Mitchell Robinson before the 10th too. You know what I mean? I'm a big Mitch dude. I'm not trying to see him get rid of Mitch, but I understand if they do. You know, it's a business. And they might feel they got something out there that can help their team better at that position. But from a defense standpoint, you hate to see him lose Mitch. Homegrown cat, we drafted him 36 round pick of 2018 draft. Built the Knicks 4 years, man, ups and downs. But, you know, when he's on the court, he makes a difference because they would have kept him on that court at the right time last night. It could have been a different outcome. Anthony Davis was running amok on Nerlens Noel. You know what I mean? That big boy, Nerlens Noel had nothing for that man. So I do think that, if Mitch would have gotten there, I think Tom substituted him, waited a little bit too long to keep him in there. He should have had Mitch in there more frequently when them cats were starting to make that comeback. I think he should have made that adjustment and put Mitch back in that game. And I think Anthony Davis started getting it going because Julius Randle, they can't hold them cats down there. I mean, he only 6'9", and his defense down there is not that great. Yeah, I'm hoping so, Keith Turner, man. I would love for him to sign Mitch. That's my man right there, man. Real talk, man. I think the best is yet to come. And even yesterday, man, he didn't have a dominant game, but he still had 11 rebounds, 7 offense rebounds. He was a +8 yesterday. You know what I mean? It's just that I think Noel couldn't do the thing in that center spot yesterday. It is what it is with that situation. Because Noel was a -15 yesterday. He was abysmal. And that's what one mistake Tibbs made. You should have left that. You should have let Noel play like that. You could have brought Todd Gibson or Jericho Simmons, somebody in there if your man was -15 because he was getting eaten up down there, man. Like I said, he about $150 soaking wet. And I'm like, yo. So, that's what happened. But the Detroit thing with Mitch, I don't know how. I don't think that'll happen this year. I don't think it'll happen whatsoever this year. I think Alex Bernstein at one point the Knicks said they don't really want to trade him unless he had a trade to shave some salary, unless they put him in the deal. But it's places where these guys can go. Is that what the Knicks want to do? They can go. They got places they can go. Utah gonna need some wing score after my man going down. You know what I mean? We got wings there who can go out there and play. Alex Burks got a good contract they could take on. Fournier. That's a main season's contract is pretty stiff there. People talking about CJ McCullough's out there. His contract is hefty, 3 years, $30 million apiece. So now the only way you do that is that you get Fournier and Burks because it equal his contract just about $30 million. But I wouldn't do it for no one of them because he can make it $33 million. But CJ McCullough can get down with the best of them. But I don't think that's the issue with the Knicks right now. I think we just need to get another. Get one more guy at that point guard spot. Get another guy who can, put some work in and get them young guys some chance. And I think their energy will pay off in New York. And even though they had a bad game last night, that's all right. That's the process of developing. But I do think they had more good games than bad games. So let's see how that goes, man. And I'm hoping that these guys can get in there and do and keep it going. Grind, yeah. You tuned to have a bad game. You're human, like everybody else. He was young guy. He felt the energy last night. He felt the pressure. But that's all right though. He been giving us some good games and everything, man. So I'm saluting Grimes and all that. Then quickly just got in foul trouble. He couldn't do nothing. Like I said, he couldn't do nothing at all. But in the game last night, I would like to see McBride. I really would have. When quickly didn't have it and Grimes didn't have it. So wasn't no use to keep putting them out there. You should have tried to bring that young man there at the point guard spot. And to me, you could even try when Grimes didn't have it, you could have gave Cam Reddish an opportunity. When quickly didn't have it, you could have gave McBride an opportunity and something like that. And I know, not saying they would have made it different, but it would have been better than what the two gave that they didn't have it that night. They just didn't have it, for that one night anyway. So that's what it is, man. But what you guys think, man? Y'all think the Knicks need to anything out there you think the Knicks need to do with that? And for we know Kemba Walker is obviously that's going to be an issue. Is there any other guy out there you guys want to see off the team, or you think the Knicks should try to move? Y'all guys talk to me, man. What y'all think that can make us better? You know what I mean, and get us to another level. Give me some of you guys' thoughts, man. What y'all think, and I'll let you know what I'm thinking about it. A salute to the chat, though. Y'all make y'all like, subscribe, run them up with the thumbs up. I'm on here on a Sunday, man, just trying to, get out. I know our energy ain't the full because we lost last night, but there's other things to talk about, man. But, we got to come on with the good, bad, and the ugly. You know what I mean? Oh, beautiful, Will. Salute, my man. Make sure you come back and give us some feedback, and let us know how you. I hope you have a good time out there, man. Everything good like that. Salute to you. We know my man Will out there in Colorado. He out in Denver, man. So we got Will out there checking in all the time from Denver and in Colorado, man. So let's go out there and let Will get it popping at the arena. Salute, Will. Yeah, man. But we got to try to win that game in Denver. And Will, what do you think, man? Is that mile high altitude, like they really say it is out there, and affecting teams in the arena? It might not affect you because you're out there, but is that thing really a reality, man? When teams come out there to Denver with that mile high, that is an issue. You let me know what you think, what your thoughts on that. Yeah, you're right, Frank Monto. Time to free up Cam Reddish, man. But we'll see. We'll see how they go after this trip. Got you, Will. Thank you, brother. But yeah, it is, man, Frank Monto. It is trying to free him up. You didn't give him a first round draft pick just to sit that man on the bench. In that case, you could have just kept Knox and your first round and then waited till the season was over. But I'm hoping that he don't be there too long. I really do. I hope he get in there soon. Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. I agree with you on that, man. When you go out there, it's tough. Yeah, you're right, Julian. I think that's what it's going to boil down to me, Julian. I don't think Cam get no burn until they make some moves. I think they're going to try to run this thing out with his Tibbs and his vets and his lineup that he got now until they officially out of it. But I think that's stupid. I think that's crazy to me. I think it's crazy. But I understand he ain't got no choice because where they're going to play him if Lawrence Kemba Walker there. I just think that you should scrap Kemba Walker. Scrap him for the season. Yeah, I agree with you on the quickly starting. I think that should be the way to go. But like I said, with that money, man. Yep, absolutely. You're absolutely right, Julian. But one for the injuries and the COVID, you probably wouldn't even get to see Grimes right now. You know what I mean? You probably wouldn't have seen him. I agree with you 100% on that one, man. Yeah, and let's see what the Knicks gonna do with that. Cause we just got to talk about that, man. Mitchell Robinson. I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that, man. Unless you had to get something to blow us out the way. And I don't think really make us take on to give up Mitch. And I don't think they're gonna do that. Let's hope not. Anyway, they stand packed with that, and keep Robinson here for the long term. Because I do think he's definitely worth it. White Falcon said trade Kimmel for Trey Jones, trade Randall for Zion, trade. If you can get Zion here, I'm more than welcome that. You know what I mean? And I agree with you on that one. Keep Mitch. But yeah, I think that's interesting with that Zion thing, man. I think that is really interesting. That how much is he really ready or not? Is this something that he's trying to do? Yeah, right, Zach. I agree with you on that one. He's a warrior, man. He's an ultimate warrior, Mr. Robinson. But that Zion thing, I don't know, man. He ain't playing. I don't know if he's gonna play this year. He might decide to say I'm not even playing this year. You know what I mean? He might just say I'm gonna sit this thing out and look at the long term thing about the situation with my foot and everything, because y'all got to remember the way he played. A lot of his game is predicated on his foot. That his jumping ability. That's what Zion prospers at, up above the rim. So that foot. He got to make sure that thing going to sustain for the rest of his career. Because that's something that he used 100% of the time. Everything starts from your foot to your legs up, and Zion Williamson uses that foot almost 100% of the time. Not only running around on it and all that, but he also jumping on it a lot. That's his bread and butter. So let's hope that foot maintain, man, because if we don't want to bring him in here for $200 million, next thing you know, we have another Stoudemire situation, or we have a Antonio McDyess situation. You don't want to bring a guy in here like that, and you give him a big contract like that, but the rest of his career gonna be injury prone. That's the only concern I have with Zion. Other than that, I have him, RJ, and Kenny, and I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel dude, so how I feel. I want all three of them here. I can't even get down like that. But this ain't college basketball. This is Knicks, and I'm a Knicks man. I'm a Knicks fan, so I have no problem with Zion coming here if he can stay healthy. He wouldn't want him here. Man, that'd be crazy. You know what I mean? He really would. But other than that, man, I don't know. I don't know how much the Knicks gonna do. I don't know if it don't sound like they're gonna do no big game hunting, guys, no wheeling and dealing, big time. It don't sound like they're gonna do that. It remains to be seen yet. But so far, the way it looks, I haven't heard anything out there. I'm quite sure you guys haven't heard nothing. So I don't know what they're gonna do other than the Kemba Walker thing is minimal. But you're right though, Roberto. When it's quiet, that's when something might pop off. You know what I mean? When it's quiet, something might pop off. They just don't want to put it out there to get everybody all up in their business or whatever. But that's when sometimes it does pop off, man. But like I said, when I seen Leon Rose sitting out there in that stand in LA yesterday, I'm like, usually when your presidents and your GMs are on road, they're always on road trips a lot of time. But this close to the deadline, they surveying something. They probably following the team and seeing what he think they need to do. And that's probably what that is. You think we trade anyone? A White Falcon, I want to say yes, but I wouldn't put it past them. They don't do nothing. They need to, but it wouldn't put it past them. They don't do nothing. I wouldn't, but I think they do something to get the Kemba Walker contract out of here. I really believe I think that if anything we do, I think it will be that. If I would have to say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning the highest that they're going to trade somebody, I will put Kemba Walker the highest one on my list right now. I don't think that's gonna go nowhere. So I do think they might have a chance to trade him. Everybody else is questionable. If you can get rid of Noel, I would get rid of him. Let Jericho Sims start getting him some shine, get him ready. Kemba and Noel, to me, because think about it, when Noel and Kemba was out, we was pretty much doing good. And since they've been back, they haven't did nothing for us. They haven't gave us nothing. We haven't been winning since them two been back. Because I just think that they haven't I think that's a wrap. I think you get rid of them two. And then you deal with Fournier and Burks and y'all deal with that on a larger scale. But you can move Noel and Kemba Walker. And I just think at that time, and then that way Cam Reddish get to play. And even when Derrick Rose come back, Cam Reddish and Grimes still get to play. But then you got Jericho Sims who can back up Mitch. And he get playing time. I just think that's what we should be looking at. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. He's never on the court. Yeah, we do play better without Kemba Julian. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't make any sense to keep dealing with that experiment. Yeah, absolutely. They do. They really do. They keep everything in the wrap, Roberto. They move the silence big time. And then I like about that as well, man. Because if you leak your stuff out, the other team might try to respond while you leaking your stuff out and beat you to the punch. Keep it quiet. You ain't got to gossip about it. Keep it under wraps, and then and once you pull the trigger, you pull the trigger. Then we'll be shocked about it. White Falcon, I understand where you're going with that, my brother. I do. I really do. I think that, but I'm concerned that I just don't think Kemba Needs got it anymore. I don't think he got it anymore, bro. Not like that. Not to compete at a high level. Even at a 6-man, you got to compete at a high level. So I do agree with you. That's the thing that's tough about Kemba Walker. His talent is there. It's just that, with the knee situation and maybe just not comfortable playing in that start lineup. But you might be right, those White Falcon. Maybe he gets to play his game in that second unit. Maybe he don't have to rely on Julius Randle and RJ and Fournier taking up shots from him. Maybe it might be that's what he needs. He might just need to be a backup guy, and that way when he in there, they can run a team from him. So that makes sense as well. But I think that experiment is not going to work out. Period. I just think they're going to move on from that personally. Yeah, you're right, Canal. I would be upset as well, man, because I just think that we got to go ahead and make something happen. You know, you got to make something happen. And much as I would want him, but after last night, and I hear you guys let you know how real I am. Yeah, I respect Russell Westbrook who he is, but after last night, he don't need to be here. So I could reverse that. I like I said, going forward, going wise, he's a talented player, but not after what I seen last night, man. Everybody had bad games, but that was crazy. I don't. I love Fox. I like Fox. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get rid of Fox, guys. I really don't. I don't know if they're gonna get rid of Fox. One minute you hear they want to build around him and Halliburton, but with the murders of Davian Mitchell, I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right about that one. You sure did. You sure right about that. They did win though. You're 100% right. But yeah, I don't know. Fox, God, that's interesting to see. Hey Keith, man, that was my whole thing last night as well. When he ain't hitting threes, man, he can't give you too much else. He's been playing good lately, but that turnover was costly, bro. That was a veteran making a bonehead turnover. You threw that ball right in the backcourt, right in the backcourt, right by LeBron. Even then, you try to flick that ball the other way towards our court. But yeah, that was pretty tough to watch right there. I thought that was a problem as well. There you go. Yep, and you're right, and Roberto, and that's why I just said just cut ties with him. I mean, because it's not about the sentimental stuff. Yeah, you're right, Parrish. It's not about the sentimental stuff when it comes to Kemba Walker. It's not about that. I mean, we know that's Bronx native, man, Rice High School. We get it, man. We get a homegrown talent, savvy veteran. But I think we just got to move on. I just think we got to move on from that. Me personally. Yeah, I don't think he's the scapegoat. I just think that he just not fitting to me. He just not fitting. Yeah, and Fournier been playing a little bit better defense lately. And don't get me wrong, Fournier was sticking up the joint the whole first half of the year almost. So it ain't like he don't get his stripes neither. Fournier was messing it up. That's the reason why I think we at where we at now is because of Fournier and Kim at the beginning of the year. They didn't come in with we thought they were gonna come there with. And plus their defense wasn't sound and put us in a hole. Besides COVID and injuries, but like last night to me it just showed you, man. Kimba is. I think it just he can't fit with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett and them. He need to run the offense through him. That he been like that in Charlotte his whole career. The offense went through him. Now the offense going through somebody else. So that makes his game totally different. Now, and I just think that because the offense is not running through Kemba Walker, he got to adjust to something new. Now he got to it's like he got to adjust to being an off ball guy per se. Because 9 out of 10 Randle got the ball or RJ get it. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I think the Kemba thing is a wrap. So I definitely hope he's not a scapegoat. I just think that we got to say for what it is. Since he's been back 8 games, he won in 7. And the game that we won, he only played so many minutes. So I just think that that the point guard situation is tough for me with Kemba Walker because everybody can get in front of him. Everybody gets in front of him. Then it costs Mitch. They had to move up to try to defend the point guard. And next thing you know, it's Lob City. Prime example last night when Mitch had to go up and to try to contest Westbrook when he did get in there or whoever. Alley-oop, Anthony Davis all day. You pulling Mitch away from that bat because he can't hold nobody in front of him. And I think that's a detriment to what he had. And I do agree. Alfred Payton made a big difference right there. But you guys, we just gotta hope that whatever works out, we find a couple of pieces in here. But we need to make a major move in a major way. I think no matter which way to make the team for the playoffs or to free up roster spots to get a young guy some chance to get better and get burned, we got to make a move one way or the other. Whether it's to bring somebody in here that's going to help this team continue to fight and try to get in this thing, or we just go ahead and sell off them contracts, get for draft picks or aspirants if we can, and who's somebody who don't need to play, and let the young guys develop the rest of the season. That way, you go into the next year in the training camp with a clean slate. Young guys got some burn in the NBA, and they go into next year with a different mindset. So I do think that get Kemba out of here, Noel, And I'm just gonna say Alex Burks because if we don't go nowhere, then we're definitely keeping him if we're not going nowhere. And let these young guys get out there and get their energy popping, man, and get some experience and learn how to make mistakes in the course of the game. And I can understand why Tibbs not playing them right now, because you don't want God to make mistakes in the course of a game when you're trying to play for the playoffs. But once you get out of that situation, I do believe after this week you will know, and that's when Cam Reddish. I think you're going to see McBride and all of them. So we got 4 days, man, to see how this thing go, man, and see if we're going to wheel and deal and get a player up in here. Or two, or whatever the case may be, or send somebody out and free it up. Yeah, absolutely, Roberto. That I was speaking about that earlier. You definitely need to get and deal with that Mitchell Robinson situation. But I don't think they're going to slip on it. If the Knicks don't, if the Knicks don't trade Mitchell Robinson at the deadline, then I do think they might try to ring him up. Just like DeAndre Ayton, they didn't sign him they didn't give him his extension yet neither. So that not mean they're not going to give it to him. They just going to treat it wait till the off season, and do sign and do whatever the case may be. So I think that's definitely is going to be the situation with that. But yeah, you're right though. He is not leaving. I don't think so. Julius Randle was huge for us, man. That like I said, that showed in that game last night. Yeah, you're right, Frank. You ain't kidding, man. I think we might hear something in the next couple of days. I really do. I think we might hear something in the next couple of days. What it is, I don't know. But I think we might hear something. Like I said, the realistic thing to me is the Charlotte thing. If that source, that Keith, the guy McMillan, whatever name is, he's either a real or viable source, that makes a lot of sense. Send him back to Charlotte where he started his career at. See if they can get in the playoffs. He get a chance to get in the playoffs with Charlotte and help them out. He probably got a home down there. You're 100% right, Julian. That's what it feel like. Get him down to Charlotte, and I think we're getting a second round pick out of the deal. So he go Brock Aller dealing again, sending Kimba, getting Ish Smith and expiring. That's what's I like about this guy, man. He's gonna move Kimba Walker, get Ish Smith expiring, and save $9 million of his walking salary next year, and get a second round pick. That Brock Aller dude is the real deal down in New York. Real talk, man. That cat know how to wheel and deal, and I hope he keep doing what he's doing. And he put us in a good situation in the last 2 years, man. Got money out of Cam deal. He traded Knox in the first and got $1 million, and that first round pick ain't gonna be that high. You know what I mean? So and he got $1 million from a Rondo deal. I wouldn't be surprised what he pull off next. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. I think that's another elephant in the room. What's going on with the Julius Randle situation? Hey, Elton Lee, the professor, salute my man. Salute to you. Hope you have a good Sunday. Salute my man. Elton Lee is in the building. Man. I think they got to, like I said, Julius played hard last night. I don't know what the Knicks mindset with that is. You hear all this rumbling about him and the coach and this and that. I don't know how true none of it is. Like I said, I'm not locked in. I'm not plugged into nobody. But the Julius Randle thing, we got to see how that goes as well. I don't think that's going to happen during the trade deadline. I think if Julius Randle might be something they deal with in the off season. And real talk, man. And I think that's what they're gonna do. My man Sean Fleming, Sean Sloop, appreciate you coming in, my brother. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Run them up with the thumbs up. I want to hear with y'all on the Sunday, man. The Knicks recap I call it the Pass the Torch edition. LeBron James gave my man RJ Bowden flowers last night. RJ played a phenomenal game. He had it popping down there. 36 points, man. He was doing it, man. RJ was wheeling the dealing down there, like Clyde would say. And he was getting it popping. Hit a clutch three, sent us into overtime. He was doing his thing, man. I'm glad to see the maturation of him. Julius Randle had a great game as well. Like I said earlier, when I went over the box scores, 32, 16, 7 assists, and 3 for Strive, a triple-double. But he usually plays well against LA because, LA drafted him, spent 4 years there with the late, great, legendary Kobe Bryant. And he so he learned a lot down there, man. But Julius Randle was in his bag last night. Yeah, we did, man. That was Al Lee. We talked about that earlier. Frank Matos put it out there for us. That was a good move. HM said Ishmael has 2 years. Thank you, my man HM. I appreciate that correcting that. But that's not bad. 4 million, 2 years. That ain't bad. You probably can still will and deal. Once you get him, you can will and deal him as well. But yeah, we did talk about that. That was a good move by Cleveland. Elton Lee. That was a damn good move by them. Him and Darius Garland that'd be a handful in that backcourt. They really would, man. Then, like I said, you got marketing when he come back, and they got Ricky Rubio aspiring down there. That's a good question right there. What are they going to do with? I think they're going to wind up signing and trading Colin Sexton. I think that's probably why they did that. They might sign and trade him at the end of the day. I don't think they're gonna let him walk for nothing. So I think they can also do a sign and trade with Colin Sexton. I don't have a problem with Colin Sexton whatsoever. I was wondering how bad, if he recovered from the injury well, Colin Sexton can get down. I thought that would have been a move they could have did early in the year before he was going into camp. I thought they could have did Colin Sexton. Then that way we didn't have to bring Kim Walker in, but they didn't do that as well. Hey Keith, if you can get a bona fide dude in here, and I agree with you 100% to a degree on that. If you can get a bona fide dude in here to go with RJ and Randall, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I really don't. I think that takes the pressure off of Randall. But it got to be somebody who Randall going to respect as the dog. But Randall wanted to be the man. Randall wanted to be the man. Okay, that's why he figured he'd come in, he'd be that franchise dude. But sometimes you got to earn that. And right now, the way RJ playing, RJ trying to get his. I think that's something that they can contemplate about getting another star in here. Who's that star? I don't know. The Damian Lillard, that name going to be out there? Do you really think he's going to stay important? But the way it looks like what Portland doing to me, you're 100% right on that one. He really had it. This ain't the year for Westbrook so far, man. I'm amazing with the drop off he's having right there with that, playing in that atmosphere with LeBron and them. But I don't think that. But I do think that Damian Lillard, if he would to get up out of there, I don't know. I think they made the move to sign Anthony Simons. They like Anthony Simons. I think that was one of the big reasons why they got rid of Norman Powell's contract, for they can make sure that Anthony Simon get his. And that's what might make C.J. McCullough spendable, because Anthony Simons can score the ball the way he's scoring it. They might say that's the next C.J. McCullough. They might try to will and deal McCullough to get at a different position, knowing that they got Anthony Simons on to come up. And so I think that's something that you're gonna have to keep an eye on as Portland as well. Yeah, hey man, Elton Lee, man, Brooklyn, they just in a hot mess right now. Much as everybody get on our New York Knicks about things, you gotta call the Brooklyn Nets out too. I know KD injured, but Kyrie with the COVID situation, not playing half the year. James Harden really not sure he want to be there. And look at if they move James Harden, Elton Lee, all of first round draft picks they gave up for that man, and Karis LeVert not there. I mean, that would be crazy. They better fix that. Yeah, but he got a extension coming up next year, White Fountain. So it's contract of $5 million now, but he was looking to get that max deal close to it or something coming in the next year. So be interesting what they're going to do with that. Yeah. You know what? I think they blew it from what they got and what they could have got back standpoint. I see what they tried to do. They wanted to clear cap space, but I think they should have got better, because you gave up draft picks for Robert Covington. If I'm not mistaken, they gave up some pretty wealthy draft picks for Robert Covington. All of a sudden, come back and get a second, and whoever the guy y'all just bought here, or Kean Johnson and Justin Winslow. I think y'all fleeced yourselves on that one. And who knows? He's probably a Mary J fan, my brother. But hey, I ain't got no problem with calling Sexton up in here. But it's going to be interesting the next 4 days. It really is, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what the Knicks going to do. If they're going to try to make some move to like I said, get these guys to be better. Either get us to be better, or get us to get a young guy some chance to play. The two directions you got to think about. Either going to go bring somebody here to make us better, or are you going to just say just move some contract to get these young guys some chance, of opportunity to play basketball on a consistent basis and on a regular basis and play against NBA competition and go up against NBA competition before they can get better at what they do. Whether you go through all your bumps and bruises, your peaks and valleys, whatever, you go through your trial and tribulation, they need to be out there playing and learning the game and going up against competition. So that way, going in the next season, we know what Cam Reddish really about. We know if Grimes really got it or not. We know what Jericho Sims got. And I think that's what Leon Rosen should be looking at to me. If we're gonna fall out of this playoff hunt, hopefully it ain't over yet. I'm not saying it's over till it's over. Because if we can get anything can happen if you get in the play. And the way we played last night, that tells me that if this team would bring their A game, the starting unit and of the bench, they can compete against anybody. And it showed it last night. Our bench didn't have it last night. Grimes, no points. Quickly, no points. Noel, 5 points. Obi only had 7? 7 points last night. 4 points. So you think about it: Obi 4, Noel 5, Grimes none, Quickly none. Our second unit only one person was in double digits, was Alex Burks. So I think that's another reason why we lost last night. So, but I think if we get a couple of pieces here, we still can fight to get in this playing thing and make some noise. But I hope we don't do no long term thing unless it's somebody that is a no brainer. And you guys know what you think, man. Is anybody out there that's not from the NYC area, like Will or anybody else, hearing any rumblings about God that's living in your town, your city, your state, that that's owning trading blocks? Like I said, the only thing I'm hearing down here with the Ish Smith thing, with Kemba Walker, that's the only thing I hear. But after last night in Charlotte, I don't know, man. Broke night. My man got benched. LaMelo Ball, Brock Knight had a conversation with the coach. Down in Charlotte. So it was crazy with that situation. So it's a lot of stuff that's going on out there, man. And we'll see how it goes. But other than that, it's quiet though. It's quiet on the Knicks front. It's real quiet on the Knicks front. Not too much popping off that we know of, other than what you hear in the trade rumors. Like I said, the biggest thing this week was the De'Aaron Fox thing. That's about all I hear. But it's a lot of places you can go with this thing. I think you can send Noel, try to get Noel and somebody down there and give him a pick to Charlotte to get Mo Bamba. Let him back up Mitch. Some of that nature. If you're not going to play Jericho Sims, then, you got to do something. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Frank Montos, thank you for that. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on. I wonder where they're going, though. He said, Woj said, Sabonis and Turner will be traded. Will be trade next. Do we trade for Turner? I think he's out. I think, what? Let me ask you something, Frank. If we trade for Turner, what do you think we keep Turner and Mitch going into next year? What's your thoughts on that? If we trade for Turner, what do we do with Mitch? Frank, hit me up. Let me know what you think about that. Sabonis, and let me ask you guys this question: would you do Sabonis for Randall? Those are my two questions. Would you do Turner if we get Turner? What do you do with Mitchell Robinson next year? Extend him or don't extend him? And would you trade Randall for Sabonis? I throw the two questions out there to my people in the chat and everywhere, man. And y'all let me know what y'all think. And does it make sense? First of all, does it make sense? Here's a Lee. Here's why I would do it. This reason why I would do it. You get Fournier's contract up out of here. You get Fournier's contract out of here, and see the Mitch part has got me a little bit. Lee, I'm a homer for Mitch. I like Mitchell Robinson. I think when he's healthy, he get back and say he's doing some great things. But if you extend Mitch, how much you're going to give him, and knowing that Turner got 2 years left on this deal, that's about $36 million. If you're gonna get Mitch anything over that, then I can understand why you would trade Mitch and just keep Turner for 2 years and deal with him once he's up. But that's a good question. I definitely would do it just to get Fournier's contract out of here, because Fournier's contract got to become R.J. Barrett's contract somehow, some way. Because R.J. be due for extension. I think that Fournier money, you get that off the books and give that to and maybe a little more, give it to R.J. Barrett. That's the reason why I would love to get that contract off the books, because I just think that you can get that money to RJ. And I really think that would be the way I would go about it. Yeah, and that's what I mean. And he's saying, okay, so you're saying move on from Mitch. Okay, I can see what you're saying. Keep Mitch, get Turner, and trade Noel. That's what I would like to do. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy about that. Because you can even every now and then just do a rotation standpoint. You could throw a twin tower lineup with Turner and Mitch there, because Turner can stretch the floor and shoot the three. He could shoot out there. So every now and then, when you playing a team like the Cleveland Cavaliers, they got Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, you can throw Turner and Mitch in there. Okay. Elton say give Randall. So you cool with moving on from Randall? So you cool with moving on from that deal? And I don't have no problem either way. That's why when everybody bought the Fox thing out here, and I was like, some people that wasn't down on that Fox thing, man, they was, and I can understand that. Yo, salute to my brother Stafford Don, my man. Y'all already know Blanche Tears in the building. Stafford Don, what it do, fam? Salute to you. Real talk, appreciate you coming in, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit a Stafford Dawn and the brother Soul Finger on Sundays, man. They got a show popping off down there as well. And Blanche Tears, so y'all make sure y'all go represent. Make sure y'all get them brothers out there, man. Like and subscribe to what they do down there. Real talk. Yeah, that's another thing they talking about, the Joker. They ain't letting him go. I know that they ain't letting him go. I tell you what I would like to see though. I like that. I like that RJ5. I think RJ gonna get better as the year go on. As the years go on, 21 years old, every year he got a work ethic that's unmatchable. I think by the time RJ in 2 years, once he get them free throws together, you think about this here right now. If RJ was hitting his free throws this year, he would already be at 20 a game. He would be at 20 points a game already if he was hitting free throws. So that to me, I think he's on the come up, man. I think RJ going to be really there in a couple of years, man. He get that mid-range game popping off, and he get that free throw shooting that mid-range game, and continue just rebounding and assists. I think it's that time for that young man. Julian said, you mentioned Randall and Stafford Don pop, so that's cool. We need Stafford Don on wide thoughts in here as well. Let us know what he's thinking. Elton Lee said, yes, it's time for RJ to sit and head of the table. Absolutely. I think so, man. He has a mental. Elton Lee. One thing I like about RJ Barrett, he got the mental makeup. He got the mental toughness and the mental makeup to survive in this joint, man. He come from a pedigree of moms and dads of athletes, played at St. John's. Granddad grew up rooting for the Knicks. You see RJ 8 years old, got the little Knick hat on when he was young. If that man keep taking steps like this here, he might be the first to me. Y'all might think I'm bugging. I'm not talking about for what he could do. He might be the closest franchise player we had other than Patrick Ewing, if you want to throw Melo in there. I think RJ could be that franchise player for the New York Knicks if he continue on his maturation. Remember, 21 years old. 21 years old. But I think right now, if you bring another piece in here to help him, Julius Randle out, if you could bring another piece in here to help Julius Randle and RJ Barrett out, and then I think that'll help us right now. But I think the young man's on the cusp of something, man. That was big last night to do what he did. To go in LA, and he wanted the challenge. He even said that he wanted the assignment. That's what I mean. You learn from the best. He went in there and dropped 36 on them cats, and he didn't flinch not one bit. Didn't flinch one bit in that game. RJ Barrett, that was the game that was going to catapult him to another level. And y'all remember what I said in the pregame yesterday. I want to see RJ go up against LeBron James for that very reason. Just to take on that next of what it is that they had to compete against one of the best that ever did it. If that's not a learning time for you to be able to go in there against LeBron James and do what you do and put them numbers up the way he did, to me, that's what you call the next step. The next step. And I think that was last night was RJ's next step and to catapult him to another level. Because he went in there and get that against Hall of Famers. Even though Westbrook had a bad game last night, he's still going to the Hall of Fame. LeBron James going to the Hall of Fame. Anthony Davis eventually when his career's up, he's going to the Hall of Fame. For RJ to go in there and do that on a big stage like that in LA on prime time, dropping hammers on people, hitting clutch threes, that was impressive, dog. I can't say enough about that. It may say only no New York pizza. Yeah, bro. He can't be eating up the farm, man. We need that boy to stay slim and keep the weight off that foot. But overall, we're gonna see what they're gonna do with the trading deadline. I'm not sure what they're gonna do. And see if they're gonna be any moves to be made, but I hope they do make some. To benefit the team one way or the other, to get us better or free up some salary cap space, free up some space. Free up some rotation space for my man Cam Reddish and Quentin Grimes and them cats can get some burn. So Leon Rose got a guy. I would love to see him pull like a 3-for-1. Get 3 guys out of here, bring 1 guy in. You know what I mean? Something like that where you freeing up 2 roster spots. And I think that'll bode well, man, because I think we had that young energy in there. I do believe that McBride would have made a difference in that game on the defense side last night. Because somebody like that, you could have thrown on Malik Monk. Threw him on Malik Monk last night. Say, man, slow this dude down. Make it hard for him anyway. Yeah, he did. Oh, man, well deserved, man. That's why if you look at the thumbnail to the show tonight, I put LeBron and RJ in there, let their hands come together, pass the torch, man. Real talk. Pass the torch. RJ about to do his thing, man. I love his maturation, man. I'm really big on what he's becoming. As a New York Knicks fan, man, I've been doing this a long time, and to see us get a young man in there like that, who work ethic is bar none above a lot of people. He got a work ethic. He want to be great. He people asking that question. He said, "I haven't did nothing yet. I'm getting there." He know what he want to be. He want to be a monthly elite, and I think what better place to be able to make that happen in New York City. RJ Barrett continue at the level that he's on. He do this in New York. But but like I said, man, I wish Derrick Rose was back a little earlier. I would that to me was gonna be the tell-all sign, man. If we could maintain until Derrick Rose get back, we still got a shot to get in that play-in. And once you get in something, then it doesn't matter. Once you in there, the pressure's off. Now you just go play. I think the Knicks got to still continue to fight to get in this play-in if they're not gonna be able to do the playoffs, play-in, buying, whatever it is. They need to still fight to get that. But if they feel like they come up this West Coast trip and it's a wrap, then you shake it up. But we'll see. We'll see what's going to go on by 4 days from now, which is Thursday. I'm assuming, Thursday. We'll know. We'll know what the Knicks going to do, what they're going to stand pack, or they're going to get and make a move to make this team better. So we'll see. We'll see really what's going to go down. But I'm hoping they do the right thing and do something that's going to help us one way or the other. Just keep making us better. Don't mess up the infrastructure. Don't mess up the good draft capital we got. Just don't sacrifice all that hard work y'all got been putting in to clear this to get this thing where you got contracts you can move to keep everything flexible, just to go in there and mess it up. Because RJ is due for extension. You got Randall on 4 years, the new extension already about to take place next year. You got Mitchell Robinson, if you're going to sign him, his extension comes up next year. You know what I mean? Then what happens? In a couple, Obi got 1 more year left. And because he only was a 3-year, wasn't a 4. So then what you're going to do with Obi Toppin? So, the flexibility is important. The flexibility is important right now for the Knicks to maintain. And that's why I'm open to moving a lot of guys just to free up to get some draft picks. If you're not going to fight for this playoff thing, we'll do that, man. But let me bring my partner in crime in here, man. Shaw Powers in the building with me. We get a pop. And Shaw Powers, what's good, fam?
Salute Divine, salute chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you today, bro?
Same old, doing a little running around, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I mean? But everything good to go now.
Okay. So what's your thoughts on that game last night?
Man, I wish we only played 2 quarters. I wish we only played 2 quarters. I mean, it was a electrifying game, man, but that second half, man, it just seemed like everything just left everybody's mind what they did the first 2 quarters, and it's something to really show that sometimes you do need someone that is quote unquote a closer, somebody that knows how to take the game over and finish like LeBron did. And it's something. But one thing that I can say, I like the way RJ played yesterday. I also like the way I even like the way Randall played yesterday. And these next couple of days, man, I hope we can facilitate some players, man. I mean, not facilitate. I hope we can get rid of some players, man. We need another little shake up, man. Uh, Kimba, I just got to say Kimba, man. I was so hopeful for him yesterday, man, and he couldn't come through for me. And it is what it is, man. We see what happens in these next couple of days going on.
Yeah. Hey, Parrot, I understand that, but it's Tibbs' team. To be honest with you, RJ is RJ, but he definitely can't make no decisions like that. That's all on Tibbs. Tibbs in the front office, but he haven't got there yet. Once he become that, he do become that guy. He can help facilitate some decisions. But right now, I don't think RJ can demand who play or who not. I just don't think that he's in that category yet. But he's on his way there. He hope he don't have to. I think it's on a Parish. I think might at the Sunday. I mean, at the Thursday, you might see Cam Reddish. I just think that it's a matter of time before they shake this thing up a couple of bit and get free some spots up for me. I think that's really what it is, guys. To me, I think they just got to free some spots up. Because you can't sit Burks making $10 million. You got to showcase him. You got to try to, even though we hate to see Kemba Walker, you got to let other teams know he still has something in him that they could use. So you got to play him. Even Noel, $10 million, you got to play these guys because they're making the money. And I think to showcase them, that's what the Knicks are doing. But I think after Thursday, man, we know. I think we have a better understanding, a clear picture of what the Knicks going to do moving forward. I think that we just got to wait to Thursday, after Thursday's deadline, and see what it is from there. And then, and like you said, Shad, I think after this homestand, you really know what the Knicks gonna do.
Yeah, this definitely, like I've been saying for a while, man. These next couple of games before the actual trade deadline will let us know if we're gonna move fast, move short, or try to grab something for the long haul. Um, I'm still staying pat with maybe possibly moving Burks, possibly moving Kemba, and try to run this 10-man rotation and see what happens, and try to make the play in and see what happens, or just wait for the off season and make some major moves. We got a lot of draft capital. We got some aspiring contracts and stuff like that. We got some people coming off I mean, not really coming off the books, but that one more year with a player's option and stuff like that. So we need to do something, and we will make some major moves. I'm hoping though that we can finally get it together, man, and maybe one time this season, go on a 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streak. We do that, man. We may solidify ourselves with at least a play-in position, man. Everybody's still close. That game yesterday would have put us over the top, man. But we still got we still got 28, 29 games left. And let's see what we can work out in those days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hey, L. Lee, I know what I think they might do as well. They might just buy him out. They might wait. They might, if they don't trade Kemba Walker by Thursday, they might buy him out. Because don't that, like a couple of days after that, you got the buyout market right after that. They might say, "Hey, we do a buyout with you." You know what I mean? Try to recoup some of that money. If they don't trade them, I think that's the only option. They can try to get a buyout thing going and save a little bit of that cap. They take a little hit of that cap that they did. If not, then that's why I think they might. I think it'd be best to move them. Because let's say Kemba Walker might not want to give up that money the way it's going down in New York. He might like, I want all my paper. So let's see that they might get trade him. I think he might get traded though. I think he might get traded. But like I said, if he don't, I think that might be another option for us. Definitely to do that. Hey Frank, man, listen. Much they want to get on the Knicks another time, the Nets right now. That's interesting.
They're falling from grace.
Yeah,
they falling from grace.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, sometimes you can't just buy championships. It don't always work that way. It don't. Don't get me wrong. They were 1 foot off the line last year from getting there, but you don't buy them joints, man. And I think no matter what, the Kyrie Irving thing is going to haunt them if they even get in the playoffs. Especially if he only can play home games. See the way it looks right now. The way it looks right now, they're not going to be a number one seed if they got to turn the thing around immediately with KD going. So the Nets is not a number one seed, and they don't got home court advantage. But when they do play at home, Kyrie Irving can't play in the playoffs. It's a wrap, So I don't know how that's going to bowl with them guys. I think that's going to be interesting. I just think that they bad for them. I really do. I think them guys going to be bad for them. I mean, said Nets don't want home court advantage, disadvantage. Yeah, I know that's right, because them cats is crazy. But like. Hey, you know what, Frank, the Mitch thing, man, the Detroit that's out there, Mitch Robinson, Detroit won them. Who do they give up, or who would you take back? Because if they bring back somebody, 9 out of 10, the guy that they got a lot of wings. So now you talking about eating into like the Grimes time, the Cam Reddish time. I don't know, because they're a wing oriented team. I know they got, other than Jeremy Grant and Kelly Olynyk. Guys, veterans like that. I thought we would sign Mitch. I thought personally just to bring him back, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening in the next 4 days. What do you think, Frank? What would you do? Would you want him here? Would you do anything with them for that? Let me know what you're thinking.
I ain't moving Mitch. Mitch need to stay here. We need to go get either someone that is going to be a stretch 5 that comes off the bench or something like that. If that's what they're looking for. And Tibbs' system, I don't really think you see a stretch 5. You see a center that's stationary down to grab rebounds. So I don't know if you see. I hope they keep Mitch. I mean, that's my guy right there, man. So. He's been playing real good over these last couple of games, man. So, he don't need no big contract. Give him a $8 to $12 million contract or something like that. Yeah, I think he'll do something. 3 years for 36 million. I think he'll do something like that.
Yep, absolutely.
He's still young too. So.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Wilson, great point, man. I just want to leave Wilson Dane Taylor. He said, absolutely, the advantage of the Nets being in the 5th or the 8th is that he could play more games on the road. And then, you got a point there. That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I appreciate that, Wilson. Great point right there. Yeah, because he on the road, he get to play more. So they probably glad about that. That's a good point right there. But man, salute to the chat, man. Salute to Wilson, Frank, MH, Parrish, everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. Knicks Real Talk. We here all day, every day for you guys. But you already know, man, y'all got to make the show. We don't make the show. Y'all got to make the show. So we just keep it popping, man. And now I got Shop Howells up here with me. But I'm interested to see what's going on, man. We got to go out to Denver, like Will said, go out there Tuesday. And is it tomorrow or Tuesday? We play tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
no, Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
We play Tuesday. Yeah, we play Tuesday. We go out there and Frank Montel says Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart, and Sadiq Bey. Yeah, if you think they're willing to give all of that, that's a good one there. I don't know. That's a lot of salary though. Mitch only make 1.8 million. I don't know how they're gonna do that. I think I don't know what those guys' salaries are, but that's gonna be. I got to see what their salaries match. For one player, for Mitch, he only make 1.8 million. Them guys, Killian Hayes, Isaiah Stewart. I got to see what their contract is about, but it's interesting. Randall and Mitch for Jeremy Grant and Sadiq Bey. That's a. I like the Jeremy Grant. Sadiq Bey is an up and coming young. Hey, would you do? Now they want Mitch. You got to throw Mitch in there. Would you do Fournier and Mitch? Ellen Lee. Yeah, me too.
Oh, so I thought, I know they got a back-to-back.
That's right. It's a 7th. It is. You're right, Frank Mount. It is a back-to-back, the 7th and the 8th. Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. It is a back-to-back. I remember checking that out on the schedule. Thank you, Frank, my man. Yeah, so we got a back-to-back. Big 2 games tomorrow, man. Tomorrow and Tuesday. Big games. We got, let's say, man, we got to win them. We got to win them 2 or one of them.
Yeah, we're playing Golden State and
Denver.
Denver.
Utah and Denver.
Utah and Denver. All right.
You know what, Frank? I think they're winnable games, though. Believe it or not, I think they winnable games. I do think they winnable games because Utah losing my man and Ingles and I don't know if Donovan Mitchell been dealing with that concussion thing protocol thing. I don't know if he's back or not. I'm not sure. And Canal said unless they're giving up their picks this year, they can keep. I ain't mad at you, brother. I understand that because their picks is gonna be where it's at. They're gonna be bottom feeder picks, so we get a high pick. Got a chance to be in a lottery probably. Super agent, super Argo, salute to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, real talk, man. Hey, other than that, you know what I was happy about in that game? I was happy about Agent Argo, the way they played in the first half. I'm talking about the ball movement. We wasn't down in the first quarter. We scored 40-some points in the first quarter. Usually it's the opposite way around. Usually we the ones always giving up that many points in the first quarter, but they didn't do it last night. I like the way they came out. I like the way Randall came out, the way he was moving the ball, playing defense, and all that good stuff, man. I just thought they played a good game in that first half. And then they just got blitzed in that third quarter, man. And I knew that was going to happen. Like they're going to come out. If they don't come out with energy in that third quarter, they're going to get right back in the game. I kind of see it coming. I knew the Knicks were going to sustain that. I just knew that the Lakers wasn't playing no defense in the first half. Then you see what happened when their defense came up, and they got together. So, but overall, good game though, man. But salute to the chat and the panel, man. Y'all cats got it popping. My man got shot power to head. Knicks Real Talk to Mind. It was the follow-up post-game show. We just chatted it up, cut it up right now on a Sunday, beautiful Sunday, wherever you cats at. Hope y'all having a great day and all that good stuff when we here, man. And make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe button, man. Support the show. You know how we do. I ain't too proud to beg. Real talk. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Let's see what the thing going tomorrow. Oh, man, tomorrow we got to get it popping tomorrow. We need that win in the worst way because, I think Shaw Powers, the young guys, I think this trade stuff is weighing on their shoulders. That's what happened. That's what I noticed last night. It looked like that pressure got to them guys last night. Whether the pressure of the game, whether the pressure of noise, but them pressures got to Quickly and Grimes and them boys last night. 4 points from Obi, 0 from Grimes, 0 from Quickly. Obviously, Noel, he ain't no rookie, but 5 points, minus 15. He had the word minus on the whole team. I mean, Anthony Davis was abusing him. I don't know that. Like I said, $150 was soaking wet. I'm like, man, he was pushing that boy around like he wasn't nothing. I was like, I'd have hated that they kept. That's the only thing I didn't like that Tip did last night. To me, was he did not bring Mitchell Robinson in after he let him sat too long in that third quarter.
He did. He let him and Randall sit a little bit too long, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when Noel was getting beat up, man, if you still wanted to keep let Mitch get a little bit of rest, you could have threw Sims in there for like 3-4 minutes or something like that. His big body, just to see what he could do. I mean, he may not could have done much. He may have fouled him a couple of times, but we were already in the foul. We were already in the penalty. We were in the penalty 3 quarters, like 7-8 minutes into the quarter. So what would have made a real big difference,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Salute once to Nick, always a Nick. Salute to you, man. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was it. Y'all guys know I try to be on the positive side of what Tibbs do a lot of times during the season, but now you got all your players back now, except for D Rose. So some of the adjustments you're making to me it's suspect. It really is. It's suspect. Like I said, when Quickly didn't have it, and Grimes didn't have it. It's just one game. You should have threw Cam in there. It's just one game. Yeah, it's only one game. Not saying you're gonna, even though Grimes playing the way he been playing, he deserved to be where he at. But if he having an off night that night, and when Quickly was having an off night, you should have threw McBride in them in there. It would give you a better chance to win, at least to me. You know what I mean? So I just think that's the only thing I didn't like about last night was one, he left them guys on the bench too long, and when Quickly was out of it in the first quarter. And don't get me wrong, Quickly been playing good for us this year, but he didn't have it last night. It was that stage was too big for them boys last night, just too big. Shaw Powers, you got LeBron James on the court. You this guy who you was admiring growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, majority
these guys you was admiring him. They looked up to LeBron James like Quickly and Grimes and Cam Reddish and Obi them. Do you know what LeBron James was to them guys like 5 years ago, 6 years ago? They probably had posters of that dude. So to be in the game with him on that stage, competing on that level, it was just too much for them last night. That's why they shot bricks. It was too much pressure last night for them. So I do think it's just only one game, but I do think that just because of that, you should have gave Cam Reddish some burn last night, and you should maybe you could have helped when you noticed that none of them had it, and Kemba Walker wasn't doing anything. You should just do McBride in there for defense. We gave him 122 points. You should have threw that guy in there, man. So hopefully, that's what I thought should have happened last night. But Sloot, they still fought and scrapped though. They took it to overtime. Wasn't the end all be all. RJ Barrett dropping trade he becoming that closer. He ain't scared to shoot in the clutch neither. RJ Barrett he got ice in his veins. He like, yo, let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that.
And that's a shot right there from that side right there, man. That's his shot right there. I'm 100% with you. Once a Nick, always a Nick. If just to put those guys in, it just changes the outlook of the game because everyone's scheming for Randall nowadays. If you heard, the guy Fogel was mic'd up yesterday, and you heard him say, force Julius this way, force RJ to do this. You didn't hear nothing about McBride. You didn't hear nothing about Sims. You didn't hear nothing about Cam Reddish. And these are the things that he could have implemented yesterday just to change it up, even if it was for 4 to 7 minutes. You know what I mean? Even if it was just 4 to 7 minutes, because, it could have just changed the outlook. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what's interesting? When Frank Vogel said that, I thought about that in the playoffs. When he said, make Julius Randle do this here. Make Julius Randle do this here. They thought about Nate McMillan in the playoffs when they schemed on them cats. You know what I mean? They schemed on Randle, and it worked out to their favor. Salute my man Jarvis, Louisiana in the house, Louisiana in the building, my man Jarvis. I think wasn't Martin Gordon Randall for the most of the night. Monk is a 2. I think Monk is a 2. So you had Anthony Davis. I'm not sure who. I can't recall. Lee was at the 4 for them. Gordon Randall last night. It might. I think he was trying to come down a couple times. I'm not sure. I can't recall, but I'll check it out for you. But I know Monk's natural position is a 2, but it's possible. It's possible. If I can recall, I had to go back and think about that. I think so as well. I think he would have a different look. I agree with you on that. And like I said, and it's interesting now because here's the thing about the Tibbs situation that's only the pressing thing about the Tibbs situation for me. If you let Tibbs go, we back to the same old Knicks. Keep a coach for 2 years, let him go. Keep a coach 2 years, let him go. Keep a coach 2 years, let him go. We back to the same old Knicks. We soon ever since Mike Woodson left, you bring in this guy 2 years, let him go. You bring in this guy 2 years, let him go. Derek Fisher 2 years, Hornets at 2 years. It's just nonstop, man. And my man David Fizdale too. He's still paying coaches. See, and that's the thing. These guys still paying these coaches. They still paying David Fizdale some of that $60 million, whatever money was, $25 million, whatever, $5 million a year. They still got that on the books. You know what I mean? It's just so depressing every time, it goes wrong. We got to keep cycling coaches. You know what I mean? People going to look at your franchise like, they never got no stability down there. They always firing coaches. It's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And for bad, some of the adjustments that Tibbs might make that's wrong, I still do think he do a lot of good things, but I think the roster did him wrong this year. I think Fournier coming out the gate did him wrong. I think Kemba Walker did him wrong. And Tom Thibodeau didn't want these dudes down here. You could best believe that. Tom Thibodeau did not want no Kemba Walker. He wanted Reggie Bullock back because of his defense and the stability they had around Randall. So a lot of this stuff, it's just that then like I said, we asking these young guys to come in here in New York City as rookies and clean up the mess of some of our veterans that we got on this team. I just think as you asking, that's what happened last night. It's too much pressure. You asking a guy who just came out of college playing against kids to come in here against grown men and clean up for grown men when they're not doing anything. I think and you playing in New York City in the Mecca Shop Powers against the hottest media market in the world. I just think it's tough when you do that, man. So, but
yeah, I'm with you on that, Julian. I like Mike Miller too.
Yep. And like MA said, you can't fire a coach at the receiver coach of the year.
Nah, you
Can't
can't.
do that. People gonna look at you like man, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
All the stuff that we talk about Tibbs this, Tibbs that. Yeah, he does run the guys a little bit hard. He does have a standard lineup that he puts in. He does, yes, he runs a 7 to 9 man rotation. But I could tell you this: if Tibbs had 7 to 9 players that he wanted, I mean, aside from Fournier this year and Kemba, yeah, I think he might have had a different outlook on life. I don't,
Mhm.
like you said, Divine. I don't think he really was up for Fournier. I don't think he really was down for Kemba either.
Mhm.
So you know,
So, and all the guys we want to play, he the one picked them in the draft. He picked Grimes. He
yep,
picked McBride. You know what I mean? He picked these guys because he knew what they had. But because of just the Kimball Walker situation, which is the elephant in the room to me, I having D Rose, I think we'd be different, guys. I really do. I think we want to be that we probably wouldn't be getting on Ted that much if Derrick Rose didn't go down. If I think Kimball Walker was, they see everybody started tripping when Tom Thibodeau sat Kimball Walker. You know what I mean? Shaw Powell, when he put him out, took him out the rotation, everybody was tripping. But now you see why he took him out the rotation.
exactly.
Now y'all see why Tom Thibodeau sat Kimball Walker out the rotation. Now y'all see why. The last 8 games he's been playing for the Knicks, we ain't won nothing. And that one game we played, he didn't even play that much and we won. That's it. Now y'all see why he set that man out that rotation. No pun intended. He just don't have it. And you can't have a guy who would score 31 one night, and for the next 2 weeks he's scoring 210 or 5, and you suffering on the defense end. Yeah, I just think that's what happened. So yeah, and I think that's what happened. I think well, if Tibbs do go, if they do, I don't even see it happening. But for the sake of the for you guys who want to see Tibbs going, if Tibbs go, I think Johnny Bryant the next guy up. I think they would give the reins to Johnny Bryant. I really do.
Yeah, why wouldn't they? He's right. He's already in the stable house right now,
Mhm.
and he might be a little bit more free flowing with the offense a little bit. He may extend to a 10, 11 man rotation some nights.
Mhm. Yeah, but to piggyback off Julian, I love the Mike Miller. I thought if I'm gonna tell you a lie, I said if they don't sign Tibbs, that's the one guy I wanted to coach the Knicks this last year. I said bring Mike Miller back because Mike Miller did a good job
Yep.
cleaning up Fizdale mess. He did a phenomenal job cleaning up Fizdale mess in New York, man. Fizdale came out of the gate 4-18. Mike Miller almost had us in the play-in,
Yep.
almost in the bubble that year. I meant to say, not in the play-in, in the bubble. He almost got us to the bubble that year. Almost got us there. Yeah, it seems that way once a Nick. But Derrick Rose is an important dude, though, man. He is, man. He's that engine to that second unit. That's why I think we missing him. We are missing Derrick Rose right now, no question about it. Because Derrick Rose would have came up last night, big last night.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Derrick Rose would have came up big last night on that stage last night. He got more quickness than Russell Wilson. Imagine if Derrick Rose was out there last night, that would have been a Knicks W. I
It's a
guarantee.
it's a couple of games. If we would have had Rose, I think we would have won. I think we'd have fared a little better. It's a couple of games in this last little stint where he's been out. I think you know even if we win, I think he's been out about so he went out, so it must have been about. Oh, he must have been out about what? About six,
December,
yes,
yes,
six,
December
yeah,
something, something
like
change
12 games, 16 games.
about that. You want to say
Yes,
close to 2 months? Yep, close to
yeah,
that.
close to 2 months. So, even let's say let's hyper let's just say 12 games. I think we would have won at least four more of those games out of 12.
Mhm.
At
Yeah,
least four more.
yeah, yep, yeah. He went down at the wrong time, man. Because soon Kimball Walker was sitting out. He went down. He goes down. Kimball Walker come back. Kimball Walker stinks up the joint. This, But we just gotta hope that this thing turn around. And I'm thinking tomorrow, man, we got to go ahead and go get a pop in Utah. It's gonna be got Rudy Gobert down there. Mitch got an interesting game against him tomorrow. Hope some guys stay there. I hope some of the guys that's on this team stay in Utah tomorrow. That's a good trading partner for us tomorrow. Like I said, I'll take Joe Ingles aspiring. If I'm not mistaken, that should be aspiring contract. He injured out for the year. Leave Fournier Burks down there. Fournier's not gonna play with Rudy Gobert down there. Leave him down there. Whatever. You know what I mean? Get him off the books. Trade him there. You know what I mean? I don't care who you give. Alex Burks, leave him there. He played with Utah. Came in the league with Utah.
I mean, they both good sutures for Utah. You got the connection with the French connection over there with Fournier, and Burks used to be there before. So either one of them coming off the books, you're looking at $10 to $20 million. So either one of them would be, if we could leave them there and take that aspiring, be something to look for at the off season.
Yeah, I think it's a good move overall. I think overall it makes sense. I think it makes sense for them. Because listen, don't let the boy flame out. Donovan Mitchell gonna be up out of there.
Yep.
I'm calling that right here. Let them boys flame out in the playoffs this year. Donovan Mitchell gonna be like, nah, man, I'm out. Because here's why. Kawhi Leonard and Paul George come back next year.
Yep.
Now they got Norman Powell down there. Next year, the Clippers probably gonna be like, you know what, Paul George, sit out the rest of the year. You and Kawhi sit out. Get yourselves healthy. Get yourselves ready. And then they already got in their mind. Jerry West probably got in his mind already. Like, you know what? Listen, I got Norman Powell. I still got Moot Morris here. They can need these shit. Covington contract is expiring. They can move Moot Morris. They could bring in another weapon. So you got Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Norman Powell, Reggie Jackson. Serge Ibaka contract probably almost up. You can move. They straight. They straight. So. You know what? Utah better take advantage of that while they can, because you look at Memphis on to come up. Though I think we should have beat Memphis the other night. I was kind of disappointed with that. I think we had their game though. They blew up John Moran like he did. So RJ made that boy go 9 for 27. I ain't trying to hear all that. RJ Barrett came out to play against John Moran. He took that personally. I'm playing you tonight. RJ Barrett said, I'm playing you tonight, LeBron. That's why I like RJ Barrett right there. He want to go up against the best. He take that shit personal. I'm guarding John Morant. I'm guarding King James tonight. And now you gotta salute that. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, man. Send them cats, send them up out of here. Might as well. Unless you think we getting in that play in. Then, but I think if you got Julius Randle or RJ, and you still got Mitch, and you still got Derrick Rose, and you still got a chance to get in the play. And if you bring somebody else in, and still bring Cam Reddish in here, you still got a chance to get in there. I think you got a better chance with the energy these cats bring. You lose Kemba Walker, you got a way better chance of getting in that play in. You move Kemba Walker and free up a spot. If you move, even if it's Noel or one of them guys, just move two of them guys, man. Move two of them. Cut ties with $20 million. Bring somebody in here who might be on a 1-year deal. That's why I wanted the Robert Covington thing, but the Clippers get us to a smart move by the Clippers to get Robert Covington in here for 1 year with that defense, that 3-and-D. That would have been nice. He got height too compared to the Burks. See, because I think what the Knicks going to do, I think they're going to send Kemba Walker out of here. I think they're going to get a range to Alex Burks. I think they get a range to Alex Burks and Derrick Rose. And that means Grimes and Cam Reddish they need to move too, but I think you still got to get Cam Reddish up in here. So I do think that doing the two most likely deals, if anything go down, I think going to go down. Definitely Kemba Walker. I'm going to go, my three guys, I say Kemba Walker, Burks, and Noel, if anything happened. That's what I would say.
I mean, those are three people and right now, the option for Fournier right now for Evan is pretty hot. Burks has been, he's just a good veteran, man, and he'll probably can go somewhere too. And Kemba is the one that's going to be probably a little hard to get him somewhere, but I don't see him not getting picked up by somebody or getting released. They may buy him out, like you said. So I know I don't want to say 100%, but I think I'm about 89 to 91% sure that Kimba one day this week. We play Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday is Wednesday the 10th. No, Thursday the 10th, right?
Thursday.
Yeah. So Wednesday, that day that we have off, that's when all the moves are going to be made, man. That's when all the moves made. And oh, salute out to KJ Dub. The first beginning of the game, man, I thought we almost had that breaking the record again, man. These guys were shooting like fire out.
Then they stuck it up the rest of the way, 28.
Yeah, then they stuck it up, man. But KJ, that salute for that first half, man. I swore I was there with you, man. I thought we was about to have like 33 pointers or something like that, man.
HM, real quick. He said, I see that last night, HM. That don't look well for James Bouknight. Unless it's going to be a learning experience. But send Kimber Walker back to Charlotte instead for James Bouknight. You know what I mean? That's another way to get a youngster in here. Send Kimber down there to Charlotte for him. Because he just can't. This is his rookie year. You in your rookie year, and you're going through that with a coach already. That don't look too good for you.
That's not gonna be hot.
And I don't think James Bargo's going anywhere. I think he benched him and LaMelo Ball, if I'm not mistaken, the other night. He been on the bench. Salute to my man Nick P. Salute. But it's a lot of things. Hey, the harder for Westbrook thing, guys. Y'all think that's gonna happen before the deadline? The harder the Westbrook deal.
Who
the Sixers and the Nets. James Harden going to.
Oh, I think that might happen. I think something like that might happen. That's why he didn't resign. It might be something. And he already threw Kyrie under the bus. Harden, he threw Kyrie right under the bus. Yeah, I don't know if I can still be here. This guy's a part-time player. The home games and all this other stuff he was throwing out of his mouth and stuff like that. So it might be some itching over there. Something might be scratched. I think something is possible. They're falling out of grace right now. They're starting to lose. They don't have this KD is hurt, and it is really gonna. I think I could see something happening like that. I think I could see something like that happening in the next couple of days.
Yeah, they had Brook Lopez names out there, guys. They had a couple of names out there that's really interesting that's out there in the market, right? Trade rumor anyway. But they talking about Robin Lopez. They might try to move on for him. You talking about Montrezl Harrell? He not doing well down there. Tavius Parwell, Pope. You know what I mean? Who's an interesting guy? Nobody said they ever wanted, but he seemed like he playing good. Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, man.
He been playing good for them lately. He really has. Kyle Kuzma, he got like his size too. He's a good defender, better than a lot of people give him credit for, and he can shoot the ball pretty good. He got good size. I think that Washington that trade to get Russell Westbrook and that was crazy. So we had to see how that go. But overall, man, we just got to see what the Knicks going to do the next couple 4 days, ladies and gentlemen. See if they're going to stay in pack or they're going to bust a move. You know what I mean? And wheel and deal, like I said, and try to change this thing up a little bit, Shop Howell, and get us in a sense of a different direction right now.
Yeah, we definitely need something to put a little more blinders on us so we can look more forward to what's going to happen. I don't know. I mean, it'd be something if we go to Utah and we do something and make a move there. But the major day that I'm looking for is that Wednesday before the trade deadline. These next couple of days to later to Monday and Tuesday, anything is possible to happen in these next couple of days. And as KJ said the other day, he hopes that something happens before his birthday. I think that's on Monday. So maybe he might get a birthday gift on Monday because I don't see Kimba being here too much longer. And if we want Cam Reddish to get minutes, um, Fournier Burks is going to have to be moved. Either one of those two guys, Fournier or Burks, will bring us back a nice little cap space when the off season comes. Fournier 20, Burks 10. If we get rid of Kemba, that's another 8-9 million too. So, um, if you could get rid of the two guys, Kimba and Burks, that's 19 million. Or if you can get Fournier and Burks going, that's 29 million. And then they'll bench Kimba again. Kimba
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
benched for the rest of the year.
I can see that Charlotte thing happening for him. I really could.
Hmm.
That doesn't sound like a rumor to me. I think that might be real noise. I can put it like that. I think that anything I hear out there that right now that might have some footing to me is the Kimber to Charlotte thing.
Yeah, why not? Back
Makes
at
sense.
home, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense for both teams because I mean, granted, they got Terry Rozier, they got LaMelo Ball and all that, but still, you still need veterans on your team. You always need a veteran who know the game, who could teach these guys in the right position. Because, like I said, they get it. Like Charlotte get into the playoffs. Name a veteran on their team, but Gordon Hayward. They don't got them veterans like the Todd Gibson or the Derrick Roses or teams that got the guys like that, or like the Udonis Haslams of the world and guys who kind of like coaches in their own way, coach player type guys. You know what I mean? And they don't have that down here. You know what I mean? And so I can see why they might want to Kemba Walker down there. You know what I mean? Just to have that, to have a veteran guy on that team who can kind of teach these young guys down there to kind of how to be playing in certain situations or see things on the court that you might not see. He earned that in Charlotte. So, and then give them a chance to get in the playoffs. So I think you got to look. I think that move is that could be a realistic one for me. I think that definitely could be one. Everything else, I'm not sure about. I'm not sure, to be honest with you. We don't think Julius Randle going anywhere. We think he's going to be around. And like I said, I don't know. I have no knowledge of any of it. But just from my standpoint, I think he'd be here. I don't think they move Alice Burks. Only way I can see Alice Burks moving unless Utah to say, you know what, we need him to replace Joe Ingles, and we willing to do this. That's the only logical one I see. Now that the Cleveland Cavaliers got Caris LeVert, I thought they could have used Fournier at the time.
Hold on, what happened?
Caris LeVert went to the Cavaliers for I think Frank put it. Let me get it. Was the first Caris LeVert for the Rubio contract.
Man.
Rubio
Wow.
contract. Yep, my
Wow.
man, they did it, bro. Frank put out there early, and that we've kind of been following up on that. Cleveland traded Rubio to Byron with a first round and 2 second rounds for Caris LeVert.
Wow.
You know what, Frank Matos, Killian Hayes, to me, I just don't think that he might be a Dwayne Casey player. I haven't watched him a lot. I know he got a certain skill set, but I don't know if it got anything to do with it's just he's not a Casey player, maybe to me, or he might be that defense minded. But I think he got a good sense of floor direction. I don't know what his shooting is like. I haven't really followed him too much, Frank, but I do think he's a very solid floor general. I just don't know what his shot is like. What he shoots from the three. Like I said, I don't follow Detroit like that. But it's interesting to see. Yeah, Rubio in the second, for LeVert in the first. And, oh my goodness! So that helped them out a great deal, man. Listen, Darius Garland and Caris LeVert going to be a problem for some teams. That's gonna be good right there. And you got to give Bickerstaff and Alderman, the general manager of the Cleveland Cavaliers. They did that. They brought in the spirit guy like Rajon Rondo. You know what I mean? And they playing with a 7-foot front line most of the time before Larry Marketing went down. Cats playing with a 7-foot. That's why I never understood why people the Knicks didn't try to put Obi at the 3 every now and then. These guys playing with Jared Allen. What's my man name? Evan Mobley,
yeah,
and Laurie Markin at the 4 5, the 3, 4, and 5. Then all of them 7-footers almost. Even Markin got to be like 6'10", 6'11". Mobley got to be at least 6'11", and Jared Allen got to be down there 7 foot. And now you add Caris LeVert with Garland, and you got Okoro and Kevin Love who playing good ball this year, coming off the bench with that dude Stevenson. I mean, Wade can shoot the 3. I mean, they did a good thing, and I think right now, Bickerstaff to me is coach of the year so far to me. That Cleveland coach is definitely in the running for coach of the year. They playing and I thought they would fall off a little bit in the second half, but they still maintain it.
Yep.
They still maintain it.
They actually elevated a little, right?
They did a good job down there, man. I got to give them cats their flowers, man. They did a good job down there, and they put something together down there. You know what? And I guarantee you what's going to happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen, guys. I'm gonna throw this out there. Let the Lakers flame out this year.
Well, you put that out there, Devon.
This year. LeBron goes back to Cleveland. He goes back to Cleveland and get Cleveland a title, another title.
And retire, right?
Watch. Let the Lakers flame out. LeBron James go to Cleveland. Go back to Cleveland and get them. And with Darius Garland, LeVert, and they might move Market and put LeBron at the 3. They just said this. They watch, guaranteed, man. Y'all mark my words. Y'all heard me say that here. Let the Lakers don't win that thing. LeBron go back to Cleveland and Cleveland win a motherfucking ring. It would be nuts. So it's just that. But they got a good team. Salute to them, man. Cleveland did a good job that front office. They really did, man. They turned that thing around and lost Colin Sexton in the midst of all that. So good job by them. And that's what we need. Our Knicks need to do, man. Look at they drafted Garland. They drafted Mobley. You see what I'm saying? They and that's what you're supposed to do. To me, the Knicks drafted R.J. Barrett. They draft Mitchell. Now you put the people around them. You know what I mean? Like what they did down there. They drafted Garland. They drafted Sexton. They drafted Mobley, and they put Jared Allen around him. They put marketing around him. You know what I mean? So you build through the ground up and just add the pieces to it, and that's what the Knicks should be on right now. Y'all drafted you drafted R.J. Barrett. You drafted Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? And so now with the other guys you drafted, you put the other pieces around them because they already built it from the ground up. Knicks are building from the ground up. I like that. They did do that with Julius Randle, obviously. So they got Julius Randle they brought in. I just thought Fournier and Kemba Walker didn't pan out. But if they put the right pieces around there, they go get a bona fide point guard. The Knicks would be legit. They get a good bona fide point guard. They really would.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're a bona fide 15, 16, 17, 18 a game, 7 assists type of point guard on a regular basis. Not one game, maybe. I'm talking about consistently. They'd be good. The Knicks would be good. I just think that's what they got to do.
Yeah, Frank. That Olenek was they was thinking about doing that for man. I threw all my trade paper stuff away, man. I was getting frustrated.
Gotcha.
But Olenek was out there for something too with something dealing with Mitch. I think it was right around the time when the rumors were out about Turner. It was Turner or Olenek, and it was another oh my gosh, the guy from New York, the young boy that could shoot. No. Mobamba.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are names out there when they were talking about moving Mitch and stuff like that. So there's something out there. But I just don't want them to move Mitch, man, right now. I hope that they hold on to Mitch for a little bit, man. Give him a little 2-3 year contract. He's still like 20, 23 years old. Let him stay here till he let him get a little bit more invested into the New York Knicks, man. I mean, I'm saying that and all that stuff, and Mitch might be ready to move on and go try to get $20 million from somewhere else. Who knows?
Yep, you have to see the next 4 days. Real quick, salute to Jarvis and Baby Sis down there in Louisiana checking out Knicks Real Talk. Jarvis, the mainstay in the building, and salute to Baby Sis out there. Appreciate you checking us out on Baby Sis Real Talk.
Thanks.
Let's get it, man. But yeah, man, it's interesting to see what's coming up, man. We got a lot of things popping off coming up in the next 4 days. A lot of stuff out there. We're gonna keep our ears open, our eyes open, our ears to the ground, and we're gonna see what's gonna pop off. And hopefully it all pays out well. Frank, how would you pay Mitch?
$15 million.
15, okay.
Yeah, I hate to say it like this, but I think they're gonna D Rose may not be here after this year, and that 14 million or so that's on the books for him might be part of something to sign Mitch. I think Mitch could get anywhere from the way he's playing right now, I don't think he's no 20 million right now, but I think he could get somewhere between 9 and $14 million, somewhere in that range. I think if you sign him for a 3-year deal for like 36 million, I think Mitch will stay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And you know what, and what you also could do if I were the Knicks, I would give this is what I would do with Mitchell Robinson. I'll say, Mitch, listen, we give you 2 with a team option.
Yep.
Give him 2 with a team option. Don't even give him a long-term deal. If he don't take it, that's on him. But front load the money. You know what I mean? Some say so. Instead of going 4 years, go 2 years, but front load the money.
Yeah, give him something heavy at the top,
Heavy at
right?
the top. Yeah,
Yeah,
give him
makes
something heavy
sense.
at the top, and then and get a team option. So even if you give him 17 with a team option,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Because you know, are we concerned that if we give him 4 years, he get injured, then it's a wrap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe front load the money. So listen, we give you 2 years and 3 years with a team option. We give you 17, and then at that 3rd year the option. You know what I mean? That way you're not strapped in the 4 years. And if you don't if you don't show improvement 2 years,
then you can move him again. Yeah.
I'm not by there. I don't even sign him.
Yeah, he'll be viable around there too, because he'll be, I think, what is Mitch, 23 years old?
23.
Yeah, 23, 24, 2 years, he'd be like 25. He'd still be you're just reaching his prime, you know. So
Yep. And he from New Orleans. That's where he's from. He out there from Jarvis country. He out there in Louisiana. You know what I mean? You never knew you could talk to the Pelicans. You know what I mean? You know, you got, Valanciunas down there. They gave me we gave him money, sign and trade with Valanciunas or whatever. You know what I mean? That's if you're not gonna do that. Yeah, you're right, Frey. I know he's gonna want a long term, but here's the thing with Mitchell Robinson agents has always been suspect. I think he with the Bernstein or Weinstein group now. I'm not sure. He done went to like 6 or 7 agents. So I don't know if the people that's around Mitch, Frank, they don't seem like they're the most. I don't want to throw shade at them, but I want to make sure I'm saying the right word. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. I don't know if his experience around him is on that creme de la creme level. Because think about it, he had so many agents, man. It's been crazy for Mitch. You know what I mean? And I'm wondering who might be in his ear, and things of that nature. Because but I do think no matter what, he's gonna get paid. I think he'll get his money. I just don't know, what he's gonna get. But I wouldn't mind, and I think Mitch got to realize as well. He got to also look at his injury history, and he got to also look at what other teams may think. See, because it's one thing to be talented. It's one thing. Am I going to pay you for being on a court? Is you serviceable? So he got to take all that into consideration, because they're going to look at his injury history. When he's sitting down in an interview with his agent and other teams, they're going to say, "Well, Mitch, we also got to take into consideration how long you've been out since you've been in the league. That's gonna play into his contract. It's gonna play into it no matter what. They're gonna sit down when they're negotiating. That's gonna be a part that's a disadvantage to Mitch is his injury history. The advantage is that what he could do. The disadvantage is his injury history. So he's gonna have the team's gonna be willing to take on Mitch for that long, knowing that every year since he's been in the league, he's missed a lot of games. So that's part of the negotiation that's gonna take place, and he got to make sure that he stay healthy. Because Mitch don't stay healthy, I don't think nobody want to give out that money, to give out 30, 20 million, 17 million if you're not going to play.
Facts.
I know it's a risk, but I don't know.
And be stuck on his contract for 3 years if he go out and something happens to him. 3 years.
That's correct. And if that's the case, the Knicks would have did it.
Yep.
If that's the case, the Knicks would have signed him. That's the only reason the Knicks didn't sign Mitchell Robinson. They want to see how this thing going to play out with his injuries. See if they ain't trying to lose that money if he ain't gonna be on the court. And I'm gonna Mitch guy, but we talking about business now, nothing personal. It ain't personal, it's business. So D Cool said 10, and I think you might see something like that. 10, 12 million for 3 years.
That's where I'm at.
You might see that.
That's where I'm at with it. That's exactly where I'm at with 3 years. Or something like you said, Divine, hit him hard this way. You give him 17 million for 2 years with a player option. You know what I mean? So this way you get him with the 2. You get him for 2 years, and to see what if he can still ascend, see if he can still get a little bit better. Go back to hit the bench, hit the workout bench a little bit more. Now you really getting stronger again and come back out and dominate, 17-17, and then have a player option for him for that. I mean 17 and 18 or whatever, how it works. But where with you, D cool, I'm right there with you. That's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking somewhere about 9 to 14, maybe. So if we can get into that range for 2-3 years, I think Mitch will stay here, man. I think Mitch like New York.
He never had that
I
much money in his life.
Yeah, and I think he'll stay in New York. And on top of all of that, I don't think Mitch is going to go anywhere and get, you know, uh, 22 million,
Mm-mm.
to be a center that, I don't think he's going to get uh, 18 million from somewhere for 4 years or something like that. That's almost $80 million, man. I love Mitch. That's my guy. But do I think another team is going to present that amount of money to Mitch? I don't think so. I think he'll get the most money right here in New York.
Yeah, because see, even when D Cool got there, right? He said 3 years, 12 million. That's 36 million, right? So you do a 2 years with a team option, that's 34 million.
Yeah.
And here's the catch to that. Here's the catch to that. Once that 1 year go up, that next year he really in a contract year. So that's a trade. That's a aspiring, because you're gonna forego the team option at 30. So he really got 2 years at 34 million. But let's say he pop off, then the Knicks pick up his third year. Now he got his 50 something million. You know what I mean? So he still get a 50, 51. 34. See, you get 51 million. So if you get Mitch 3 years, 51, but 2 years, 2 years with a 2 years with a team option, Mitch gets 17 a year. If he pop off, the Knicks give him his third year.
Yeah.
If
I
he
like
don't
I like
if
that.
he don't pop off, you got a expiring deal on your hand after 1 year. It's a win-win. It's a win-win, and anybody take Mitch on the expiring, they know what's coming off the books. So I think we got, but 4 years, 50 million sounds good. I mean, I agree with Frank on that. In the fourth year team option, I can see that, because what you really trying to do is get around that number where Frank is at, and with that $50 million. To me, no matter which way you get to it, 2, 3. The only concern I got with that 4 years and 3, if that man get hurt, and we stuck with him, and Mitchell Robinson is a good player. He's one of my favorite Knicks. But I also understand his injury history, what can happen, because the way he played, Mitchell Robinson come down on somebody's foot, 9 out of 10, it's a wrap. Or he's so into it. You know what I mean? He's one of the true warriors. He's one of the ultimate warriors on the Knicks. I would love RJ and Mitch to stay with the Knicks. I know, the RJ, we know that's going to happen. But I like they came up together. You know what I mean? They both came up together. My man child salute. They both came up together. Pretty much in the organization, and I'm hoping Mitch just continue to get better. And next thing you know, the Knicks just got to lock him up like we all talking about. I do think they should keep him. How many years would they do? I don't know. But I think they should keep Mitch, Shy Powers, and lock him in that 50 range. Like I'm cool. I'm cool with the 4 years. Well, no matter which way you get to that 50 million, I'm good with it. But I just prefer to be on shorter years.
I'm with that. The more and more you say it, Divine, the more I'm with it, man. That 17 and that third year has been, I mean, 17 and a little more than 17 the next year, and that last year with that player option of Mitch in 2 years is up for it. That third year they could re-sign him again, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, they could re-sign him again. So yeah, I think that would be a good deal for him, and I think that'd be something. I do not, how can I say it, man? I don't see a team out there ready to pay Mitch $20 million. I'm not saying that he's not worth it, but I don't know if I see a team that's out there that's ready for a Mitchell Robinson for $20 million. Now, let me make this clear. If he's been having those monster games like he was having, that 17 points and 13 rebounds and 8 blocks, oh yeah, he's definitely guaranteed some
Right.
20 some 20 million or something like that. He's definitely, but he gets those games few, far in between, but he can do that. what I think Mitch is a 13, 15, 13, 2.5 block type of guy. Somewhere around there in the next 3 or 4 years. I think he's somewhere around there. And I'm me personally, I love Mitch, man. This is my guy, man. I stand up for Mitch. I done won some bucks for Mitch. You know what I mean? Playing on some of these these betting sites and all this stuff. But I don't know if me being if I was the GM, I don't know if I would offer Mitch $20 million. But that 2-year deal, like you were saying, to get the money, to give it heavy up front. Yeah, I'm with
Mhm.
that, Divine.
Yep.
17 to some change, 17 to some change. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Then try to hit him with 12 to 14 for 4 years.
Yeah, hey, man, child, I'm with you on that, but that's been my thing right there. That's why I'm so that's why I want to move Noel so bad. I like Noel, but you know what? You gotta let Mitch and Jericho Sims hold that jammy down. You got a nice fusion of young talent down there. Mitch 23, Sims 23, RJ 21, Cam 20, whatever. They got Bride and Grind. You already got a fusion of young talent. You don't even have to go out there searching for more young talent, you ask me. Now you just got to make that salary cap work so when RJ get his extension, and if you extend Mitch, you still got somebody who you could bring in there at that point guard spot in New York. Then I think we good to go. I think we good to go. I really do. But Sims and Mitch to me should be the future centers in New York.
Facts.
I really believe that, man. I think that young energy is crazy.
Yeah, you definitely right about that, Divine. That should be our 1 and 2 right there. Um, I mean, we'll see what happens next year because I'm 100% sure Noel is out of here after this year. There's no
Mhm.
question that Noel is on that plane. He's ascending out of here somewhere. He's going somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. I really think we got a good situation moving forward in New York City, man. We do. We got the emergence of RJ Barrett. I think he's gonna be on the cusp of being there. And right now, out of all the 21 year old under guys in the NBA, who got the most 30-point games this year? RJ Barrett 6, Anthony Edwards 5, and then it goes down and down. RJ 6 30-point games this year. In the first 3 years, 157 games, something like that, whatever the case may be, 3 or 4. That just tell you where he's going to. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? His maturation. He's putting work in. You know what I mean? He's putting the work in, and it's starting to appreciate you, man, Chop, for saving us on that one. My brother, appreciate that. Yeah, I think he on that level. So I think we got a beautiful young. I forgot Cam Reddish, RJ, Cam Reddish, Mitch, Grimes. Sims, Mitchell Robinson. McBride. They just got a beautiful young, and they still got the cat over in Germany, over there overseas, Rokas, and they're in a
Hmm.
good place, man. The New York Knicks organization is in a good place with this talent we got here. We got mad draft picks. We got all our draft picks, probably 2 more extra. We got a ton of second rounders. We just don't need to screw it up. We just need to make sure we bring in a legitimate point guard, and I think we can do it with people other picks like the Dallas picks and the Charlotte picks. You can get them up and still have your own picks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And that's why I say if somebody out there, if somebody willing to take them picks, Fournier, somebody, and bring in a heavy hitter at that point guard spot, the Knicks is good. They got to be the right point guard. You know what I mean? We're gonna bypass the Brooks and Westbrook. Then we out of there with that. But if don't get me wrong, if you can get Darren Fox for some draft picks and Fournier and though if you could have did that, De'Aaron Fox, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and Quentin Grimes, ooh, that's some athleticism for you there, brother. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. We in a good place in New York, and I hope we just no matter what happens this season, we're gonna tap out and don't make it, we'll see. And I just think that we just gotta hopefully this thing turn around because he did the one thing about Ted. I just think they just got to get them dudes up out of here, man. The ones that's not going to be able to maintain. Kimmel Walker got to go. Burks is a journeyman. That's the reason why he's a journeyman. I like the things he do, but Burks is up and down. You know what I mean? So that $10 million, Kimmel Walker's $9 million. Noel, like KRS want to say, out of here. You know what I mean? It's $29 million, bro. Right, you're out of here. Then you got like I said, you got Joe King Noah $6 million coming back. That's $25 million.
Then the extra little $2 million.
Yeah, extra $2 million. You got almost $38 million just between them players. You got enough chance to bring in a max player, or you got enough to bring in to give RJ some money and bring in another guy. But I think we in a good place. Salute my man D Nice, my brother. Salute, glad to see you in here today. Real talk. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. And that Charlotte pick ain't gonna be that important to us, man, child, because they got a good season, so it's not gonna be like it's gonna. But it's for us to get Reddish out. To me, you traded a lower first round, got a higher first round of Reddish. You traded a lower first round pick in Knox for a 10th round pick in Reddish. That's a win-win all day. I mean, now the Knicks just got to play the man. Got to play him. Shot power, let him play him, and let the man get on the court and get the popping for it. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, we need to see him ASAP Rocky for real, because right now Burks is having Burks had a okay game yesterday, but he and Kemba, he scored a couple of baskets yesterday, but I really want. Well, we'll see after these next couple of games. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I think so, man. 4 more days, a couple more games. We really gonna see what's gonna happen in New York City. Well, trade deadline to be here that Thursday. We all gonna be glued to it, and I know it's gonna be moves to be made. What we're gonna do. It's kind of scary to me because them dudes too quiet, bro. They are just too quiet, that front office. They are too quiet. I mean, man, usually you can hear some inklings here and there, somebody dropping some tidbits, whatever. A lot of stuff we hear is out of the media speculation. It had nothing to do with the Knicks front office that I know of. And when they this quiet, you got to be careful with the sleeping giants. You know what I mean? Be careful with the sleeping giants. When I see Leon Rose sitting up in LA last night, he was there, man. I was like, uh-oh, Leon, he's servicing the landscape. See, he has to now. You know why? See, you don't see Leon Rose. He has to do that now because of the deadline is coming up. So the reason why you see him out there like that, because he's surveying. He got 4 days left now. He probably been surveying a whole week or two, or longer than that probably. Yeah, it will, man. I think it will, man, child. It will be depressing for me if they don't make a move, because I just think that the way we playing right now and how we playing, we need an influx of talent from that point guard spot, or not get rid of some guys who don't really got it like that. And I'll be good. Other than the Kemba Walker thing, if the Knicks only moved to Kemba Walker, I still wouldn't be too mad just due to the fact that it's here. We're gonna play out the season with it is. You move Alice Burks to the 1 for now, or him a quick, and at least Cam Reddish get to play. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more about freeing up spots. Freeing up spots if we don't make a major move. D Nice, I really hope we can find a way to get Fox. I truly believe this team could make a playoff push. I agree with you 100%. They can. With a true point guard, this team is different. And I'm glad you bring up the Fox thing, because I know people are 50-50 on Fox, but man, I'm gonna tell you, you talking about what your number one pet peeve, Shot Powell's at pace?
Yeah, you ain't gonna have to worry about that with him.
Yeah, man. Fox, RJ,
no question.
Man, and Obi Toppin. Oh my God, or grind and run up and down that floor. Yeah, I know people. Hey, I'm with you on that, man. Child. A lot of people wasn't with it, but I think if you go through all the schematics of this here, let's say if that trade did happen, and that let's say this Randall Fox thing happened. Now you got him at the point guard. All you got to do is go out there and get a bona fide power forward for maybe $15 million. Now you got, if you do that trade straight up and you still got Noel contract, you still got Kemba's contract, and you still got Alice Burks, them 3 dudes can turn into a power forward to replace Julius Randle. Not replace Julius Randle, but fill a power forward spot, because De'Aaron Fox replaced Julius Randle's numbers. So all I'm saying is I'd rather have De'Aaron Fox and a good power forward than Julius Randle and Kemba Walker.
What do you think about the if even without moving those guys? What about Luka in the G League?
That's another situation. Yeah, absolutely. Him and Obi Toppin can share that spot.
Yep, sure can.
Him and Obi Toppin can share that spot. I think that makes all sense. And here's another thing: the Knicks' offense won't be stagnant.
Yeah, that's
See, it's a lot of things that we helping out with a position of need. We getting a player here who probably can almost give you, not almost, probably can give you just what Julius Randle giving. I'm talking about from the importance of the position. I think De'Aaron Fox on the Knicks is more important than Julius Randle on the Knicks, to me personally. Whether we agree or disagree, because that's all we're doing. We, if you don't agree, that's fine. Like we said, we just agree. I think he's more important to the Knicks at that position than Julius Randle was at the power forward, because I think we can get a power forward. Power forwards, you can get a lot of them. The point guard don't come a dime a dozen, not good ones. And I think De'Aaron Fox. So that means you got De'Aaron Fox or RJ, your main salary cap. Them your two guys that you building around. De'Aaron Fox and RJ Barrett. His 30 million and RJ's 20, 30 million, whatever. Them your two cornerstones right there. You know what I mean? So then you put everything around them too. It's the same thing with Julius Randle. Right now you got Julius Randle and everything is around him. But I do think Fox, can you imagine if you put Fox there and you wind up looking up on even if it ain't somebody in our organization, a 6'10" stretch dude or a 6'11" cat who could rebound and shoot the three ball and got 6'10", 6'11" height to go with Mitchell Robinson. Now you got RJ, De'Aaron Fox. Oh man, and you find oh my God, bro. And you and even if you still got Fournier there, De'Aaron Fox, RJ Barrett, Fournier, a stretch power forward, whatever, with Mitchell Robinson. Man, I think it is once in the Knicks, always Knicks. I think people might not agree. I think that's a win-win for everybody, man. I just think it's a win-win for Julius. I think it's a win-win for the Knicks. I think it's a win-win for the Sacramento Kings. I just think it's a win-win all around. I really do. And that De'Aaron Fox. Granted, we got to get over the stuff we talked about because we laughed about the 8th pick. We get all that, but from a business standpoint, from a team standpoint, De'Aaron Fox on MSG with RJ Barrett on a fast break with Obi Toppin, it's a wrap. It's serious. So I think that's something we gotta keep in mind about. If it don't happen to do, but I'm with it, man, child, and everybody. I don't have a problem with that. I really do. And it ain't, and like I said, Julius Randle, he did a lot for the Knicks, but I do think that you got to give to get. If you ask me personally, would I swap one for one? I don't hear about all this shooting numbers because I don't care about all that. I know what De'Aaron Fox can do for the Knicks with that young squad. I just think that, man, that'd be crazy right there. And the positionless basketball, you can always mix and match. So it'll be interesting to see how that go. Yeah, you're right, man. Samanich right there. There you go, right there. Fox, man, you talking about a young filter thoroughbreds. Fox, RJ, Cam, Luka Sandwich, and Mitchell Robinson. Man, that's a nice young squad right there that you could build around for the next 5 years. And Frank Montel, I wouldn't mind. I wish they would do that for Kimber. I'll be willing to do that for him. Yeah, that Frank Montel, if Bognite, that thing what happened with Frank Bognite, see if they want to put, instead of Ishmael, see what they do Bognite for that deal, and maybe a second or whatever to get Kimber up out of here and you take him. I'm cool with that as well. I think that would be good. If that would have happened with him, that's going to bode well with Michael Jordan. And when you don't do that with the coach, when you start riffing with the coach, you're going to have a problem somewhere. I really believe that. Because that I think you got to be bigger than that. But yeah, real talk, man. Yo, salute to the chat, man. Everybody, man. Salute to y'all, man. Thanks for coming in, man. I'm glad y'all up in here. Y'all got some good combo going on in the chat. Y'all keep it popping. Me and Shaw Powers holding it down here on the panel, but you already know y'all the visible panel. Y'all know that. Y'all might not be on the panel, but y'all are the panel. Y'all thoughts count just as much as I would do. So salute to all you guys.
Just how like KJ say, the distant cousins right there.
Distant cousins, that's right. Fam right there. Yeah, man, but it's interesting, man. What's gonna be moving forward, guys. We got a next couple of days, and we keep our, like I said, keep our eyes open, our ears to the ground. Yeah, you're right. We sure would. We sure would. But that's interesting, man. I really think we gotta definitely do a couple of trades, if not nothing else, a free Cam Reddish up. I agree with Frank Montel on that. Shaw Powers. We just, if not anything, just get open up 2 or 3 spots. Kimber one, and maybe another one, at least another one. and you can open up 2 roster spots, and we stay packed where we at least Cam Reddish and Grimes guaranteed to play when Derrick Rose come back. Guaranteed to play because they be in the rotation.
Yeah, that's more. I mean, the more and more that I think about and I listen to and I sit and do some things about adding Fox and taking away Randall. Could you imagine what our front quarter look like? Our back quarter look like? We got we got Fox is what
6'3".
6'6". How tall is Fox?
It's about 6'3",
6'3". Then you got you definitely would push RJ back to the second position. That's another 6'7". And then you got
Cam 6'8",
Cam 6'8", and if you put Luca and
6'10".
and Mitch, I mean, this hypothetically, that's a big running crew right there, man. And they
And
all
you got it for a long term.
and they all young. They are all still young, man.
You know what's good about that as well, too, guys? You already got your 2 max players. None of them other guys are going to require maxes. Cam Reddish will get a raise, but it won't be no max. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean about if the Knicks don't make this thing far enough, then they need to deal with something like that. You know what I mean? For the year, just for the year. Then you come back in the off season and retool. And he said with a 6'6" wingspan. He do got a wingspan. Sometimes when I see that man get up in the air and dunk, he looks taller than he is. But that is that wingspan. D Nice putting out there, and that's 100% right. He got a nice wingspan there. So him and McBride, they got them long arms. And I'm like me, I got long arms, man. I'm 5'10" and a half, 5'11", but my arms is long though. But they got long arms, man. And they're like guys like McBride, man. So let's hope that if we don't do the playoff thing or the play in, we happen not to make it, which I'm not still counting this out yet. I just think that, but we'll see how the trading deadline go. This West Coast trip and the trading deadline to tell me where the Knicks going forward. That'll tell me whether we're gonna be able to get back up in it after this West Coast trip. If we come off this West Coast trip and lose these games, it's over. I think we'd be too deep to get back in it. We're gonna be down there with the Indiana Pacers now. So it'll be too much to get back in it, Shop How that we lose this road trip a certain way. We come back up this road trip 24 and 33?
Yeah,
33, something like that. You games, almost 10 games under 500.
I realistically, you probably right about that, Divine. But the way I just sit here and watch how this Eastern Conference is just knocking people out. Just 2 weeks ago, Brooklyn was second, right? They 6 now. So I mean, all it takes for us is to get a couple of games, under our belt, man. A good 4 or 5 game winning streak, man, might can hold us off because right now we're only a half a game out of a half a game here, a game here, 2 games out of 3 games out of 4 games out of 6. I mean, it's crazy right now, man. Four realistic. It's like 4 games. I think it's is it Hornets? I think the Hornets. We're only 4 games away from the Hornets right now. Yeah. But if we do take this slide and lose all 3 of these games, man, yeah, we might it might be a wash, man. It might be a wash. There's rumors out there going around. Always rumors going around. Rumors everywhere. Anyway, that D Rose may come back before the 25th or the 23rd or something
like
that.
Long time, man. That's another 2-3 weeks.
That's a long time. So maybe if we hopefully maybe he could come back in another, right after the All-Star break. If that would be beautiful. We make some moves and he comes back after the All-Star break. I mean, we might have a chance. Even if we do subside to these next 3 games as a loss. We only need a good 5 games in a row, and that could take us from the 12th spot all the way back up, somewhere in the 7th, 8th spot, somewhere right there, man. All of it, the last 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, we're only 4 games from each other, so.
Yep. A Frank Motto. That's what the Knicks should have had did. Check this out. Let's say if you would have did Fox and Bagley, for Randall and one of our guys on that second deal. You could have filled both positions right there. De'Aaron Fox moved Marvin Bagley to the 4, and that was done. You know what I mean? That would have been a Marvin Bagley on aspiring too.
Mm.
So you could have put Randall, and let's say you got to give to get. But let's say if it was Alice Burks, Randall, and I probably would have thrown a pick for Fox and Bagley. Fox goes to the 1, Marvin Bagley goes to the 4, 6'11". He can get it. Second round. I mean, second pick in the draft that year he came out. Like I said, Sacramento has just been crazy, man. They drafted well down there. They just didn't know how to manage it. They didn't man. Luke Walton didn't know how to coach it, and them cats didn't know how to manage it. You know what I mean? But they drafted pretty decent down there, man. So it to me, Frank, I don't have a problem with Marvin Bagley if especially they could have got him in that deal. I think the young man got talent. He just sometimes you waste talent in certain places. But man, D-Rock, salute, peace. And I think sometimes Sharp Howard, when you like De'Aaron Fox, to me, he went to the wrong organization. That's it's not about him. It's where he went.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the wrong organization. And it happens. You see some of these guys that go to organization with an organization, the front office, like we used to be. Like before we got Scott Perry in here, look how we were. Our front office was a hot mess. You know what I mean? So players was coming here. We didn't have no development coaches. We didn't have no good scouting. So it made for the guy who came here and the coaching wasn't good. And that's what I think of De'Aaron Fox. He just been in a bad situation. And him and Marvin Bagley out there, man. They just made some bad moves all around. You know what I mean? And they look at right before DeMarcus Cousins, looking before he got in, they would wasted it, man. And I could definitely see that right there. I think I agree with you on that one, Joe Larson. And Begley would be nice in here. He's 6'11", man. That's a nice front line with him and Mitchell Robinson. 7 foot, 6'10", 6'11". I think Marvin Bagley can stretch the floor a little bit. I just think that some guys need a different change of scenery. They really do. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to get out the place. It's like a bad relationship. You just might have to get out of it. You know what I mean? You're in a bad relationship and, you need to get out of it to find yourself to be free and get your head right and get in a better situation. That goes for a lot of these guys like Fox and these guys. I was Scott Perry. Scott Perry got a good connection with them. You were right. It's 100% right, D Nice. He won drafting them, helped draft Fox in there. You know what I mean? And to prove what was good about that, that's a win-win. We fill 2 positions in one trade. We fill 2 positions. I think De'Aaron Fox and Begley in New York starting line was better than Julius Randle and Kemba Walker. A landslide. I just think it is. You know what I mean? I just think it is. Yeah, I really agree with that as well, man, child. I really do. So we'll see, man. But that Malcolm Bagley thing is interesting as well. It really is. Somebody gonna get him because he's that good of a talent. I really do believe that, and I believe sometimes you get to another place, you can change your whole trajectory of how you play Sharp Powers. But I wouldn't have a problem having him here though.
I mean, there's some things that can happen. There's some things that's going to be talked about. I'm waiting to see. Hopefully, something happens tomorrow, so KJ be happy for his birthday. But I think after these 2 back-to-backs, that Wednesday, all day Wednesday, the day before the trade deadline is I'm figuring that may be the day that we know who we're going to move and who's going to get moved and everything like that. I'm not sure if they're going to move anybody tomorrow because we have a game, and I'm not sure they're going to move anybody Tuesday because we have a game. So those 2 games, those back-to-back games, I don't think anybody will be moved. But that Wednesday where we off, and I think we play on Thursday on the 10th. I think we play on the 10th on the trade deadline. I think Wednesday will be the day if they pop off with something, it'll be something. And big, little, small, large, whatever move it is, I think maybe it looks like it'll probably be Wednesday. Like they could probably drop off no Kemba tomorrow if they really wanted to, because they probably really was going to start him tomorrow in the game tomorrow anyway. So especially the way he's been playing for the last couple of games, I think this would be one of those games that they would probably put him on the bench or say that he's injured or something like that. He may be on the move pretty soon, and you know some things that's gonna happen, man. And we just gonna sit here. We're gonna just sit here, eat it up, and be like, "Ooh, they did do that," and you know,
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Warriors game on Thursday. But hey, Knicks front office, if you listen, tell somebody to have you subscribe to Knicks Real Talk, and you tell Scott Perry and Leon Rose to go get that Marvin Bagley and De'Aaron Fox deal for Julius Randle, whoever done. Change the directory of this franchise. De'Aaron Fox at the point guard in New York City with R.J. Barrett for the next 4 years, 5 years, whatever, will be nice to see. Nice. It'd be like somebody said, it'd be like a Memphis team. Young, athletic,
hmm
just amazing. I just think it's amazing. You got Grimes who can knock the 3 ball down. Goodall, he's a pit bull on the defense. Man, you just got it there, man. We got Cam Reddish, 6'8". If he finally get into his own, I mean, you will have a nice infrastructure for at least 5 years. Can you imagine the Knicks with Fox, Mitchell, Cam Reddish, R.J. Barrett, Grimes, all he got for the next 5 years, man? You know what I mean? That's amazing. And that's how you build this thing. You build it like that. That would be beautiful, man. I'm an 82 game as it is. I don't miss a Knick game. I don't care if they over 82. I'm watching all my Knick games. I'm just blue and orange in the blood. But man, a young team like that, oh my God, man. Whew, that would be special. It'd just be too special for me. I really would. That'd be really, really nice to see, man. And then you add in the vets as you go. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, young and athletic. What? And then you just plug and play. You plug and play the vets like Derrick Rose and even a Melo, just to bring that experience there, to teach the guys how to get down and put some veterans. So when the playoff times come and they making that playoff run, you got some veterans in there that's going to keep them on solid ground and don't let them get played outside themselves. But that'd be nice. Fox, he said Fox, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch, bench, Rose, Grimes, Bagley, book it. Book it. Fox, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch, Rose, IQ, Grimes, Bagley, and Noel. You booked that one, man.
And those sleep, but you might not. That Noel might be somebody else, man. That Noel might be yeah, you know what I mean. Might be a don't sleep. Sims. It might be Sims. You know what I mean. Sims coming in for Mitch. So I'm happy with that. I don't think we see. I think Noel's contract is something that's going to be movable. I think he's not. I don't think he's going to make it. Past this year. I wish there was some way that we could probably get rid of him now, but I don't think no one's really taking him right this second. He could be a good future for like the Mavericks or something like that. He could probably fit in there or something like that right now, but I don't think they move on from him. I don't know if Tibbs is ready to experiment with Sims, but we lose these next 3 or 4 games. I mean, everybody should be getting some burn then.
Yeah, and that's what it is. And D. Roth, I'm with you, man. We've been playing decent, but you know what it is? That elephant in the room, man. I'm telling you, Nick's not going away with Kemba Walker there. 1-8. 1-7 the last 8 games. They just not going away with that. And they got to resolve that. We don't. And I know we just kind of having fun with it. And we just speculate. We just having fun, ideas of what would be. But I tell you what, though, I don't have no problem with De'Aaron Fox playing up in New York City. I think this road trip going to tell the Knicks where we're going to be at, what we're going to do. These next 4 or 5 games are going to be important for the Knicks. It's going to be very important where our season goes from here. If the Knicks come out this West Coast trip and they wind up winning 1 game out of 5 or something, it's a wrap. I understand the other teams in the East is losing, and last night everybody who we wanted to lose last night lost. Everybody. And that's what was so disappointing about last night. Everybody we wanted to lose in the association that could lose that favor us last night. lost last night. Man, it was like, listen, the Heat beat the Hornets, Suns beat the Wizards. You know, it's like, man, them two teams we wanted them to lose. And you know what? I was like, man, what now today, you know, right now the Celtics playing the Magic, Hawks tied with the Mavericks, and Pacers beating the Cavaliers. You know,
Yeah,
so it's like,
yeah,
man,
76ers beat the Bulls too.
right. The teams that we wanted to lose lost, but we just couldn't gain no ground because we love it. We played a hell of a game last night. Like I said,
Hmm.
other than that third quarter that doomed us in. Then obviously in that overtime we went like 2 for 12 or 1 for 12 or whatever the case may be, 2 for 11. That doomed us in. But other than that, we played good, man. Salute to R.J. Barrett last night. Had it popping. Star J. Barrett, passed the torch. Trust me. And I think that's the reason why I said Randall had a phenomenal game. He almost had a triple double. But you know, we just had a couple of bonehead plays at the end. Fournier with the turnover, throwing it in the backcourt. Couple plays here and there that cost it, man. Real talk. Salute my man. Salute. May 4th, my man. Salute. Yes, indeed, man. Salute to you guys, man. Like you said, do you think we trying to? I don't know, Frank. That's that all depends on what they willing to give up. I don't know. I hear this out there, but I'm not sure if the Knicks would do it. I don't have a problem with it. I like Jeremy Grant, good defender, great defender. He can defend with the best of them. I want some defenders up in here. You know, a nice wing defender. Cam Reddish is that dude we got sitting there, but man, when they gonna show improve? If Mitch in the Mitch rumors, I just don't see the fit. Okay. Yep, I agree with you on that. But yeah, man, either way it go, man, it's gonna be interesting, everybody. We got to keep it popping and keep it moving, shop pals, and let's see how the next 4 days take us.
Yeah, it's I like we all sitting here trying to think of what the front office is thinking right now, what we could do and how we could move somebody, what moves are we going to make, how we going to make it through these next couple of games, are we going to be a winner out of these next two games, out of these one have some wins off of these next 2 or 3 games that we got going on before this trade deadline, and what's our path, and there's some players out there that could be moved, and I mean, I worst case scenario, this is like the unadulterated worst case scenario, that the Knicks really stay pat and don't make a move, which I highly do not think that that's going to happen. I think they're going to at least somehow, some way, um, Kimba is going to be out of here. At least Kimba is going to be out of here. I don't know if Burks is going to be out of here. I don't know if he's going to be out of here. He may be out of here. I don't know if Fournier is going to be out of here. That Utah predicament right now is something to look at, and something that we have for them, and we could take back and gain some more money for the off season and open up a spot for Reddish. So, that's something that I believe that the front office is thinking about. Maybe they're trying to see who would be a better fit for them, who would they want to move over there to the Utah, and somehow, some way, they're going to come off of Kemba somehow. I think those are some of the bigger highlights out there. If we make a move for Fox, I I believe that it may be in the off season, because then they can have or they can find out how many picks they got, how much money they got, how many people they're about to move, and sign some of these guys to some of these contracts to see what's going to happen. But it's, you never know with these Knicks, man, because they're so quiet, they're so close-lipped, that you just, only thing anybody could do is really speculate. There's no leaks these last couple of years like it used to be. A lot of the more leaks that you see is a lot of people on YouTube saying what they think that might be the next move to happen, like we're talking now. So let's see what happens, man. I'm pushing to Wednesday being the day that they make if there's going to be a major trade. I think it's going to be Wednesday. I want Kimber to be gone Monday, so KJ can have something to talk about on his birthday that he got a little birthday gift that Kimba is shipped out to the Hornets, back to the Hornets.
Yeah, that sounds good. Hey, Joey, hey Joe, I thought about that, man. And for one, I wonder they just getting Cam Reddish for trade bait. I
That's
thought about that
another
when
thing that's out there.
I was like, he not guaranteed to be here. I was wondering about that, man. I'm like, well, they just getting this cat in here to use him in a deal. You know what I mean? You never know, but I hope not. I hope he get to play though. Salute to you on that one, Joe, man. Salute to you, Larson. But yeah, man. Salute to the chat, man. Just make sure y'all run them up with the thumbs up. Y'all like and subscribe to Knicks Real Talk, and keep the family growing in here, man. Try to keep it popping, man. You know we here for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. We're here all day, every day if we can, man, to keep it popping, man. From a fan for the fans. You know what we do here, man. Knicks Real Talk, Real Talk. We keep it popping. Me and Shaw Powers, KJB in the building. He's off today. He just chilling, doing his thing, probably with the fam hanging out. But yo, man, we just try to come here, come up here and bring y'all some Knicks content like everybody else, and keep you guys engaged in what's going on. We love just talking Knicks with you guys, and that's why it's Knicks Real Talk. Ain't no hyperbole up in here. We ain't got no inside information. We just all having fun with what we do, but we enjoy doing it. You know what I mean? We fans, and we bring it to the fans, man. So we gonna always keep it popping up in here, man. But I like a lot of the idea that's out there. My man Frank Fournier and Obi for Grant. That's a good one. That's an interesting one. You have to think how the Obi thing is gonna be the killer in that freight, because you know how the fan base is with Obi Toppin. Another homegrown product, Skywalker, get it popping. But I like that though. Because Grant at the three, you got a 6'8", almost 6'9" wing, a three baller there at the three spot now. Move RJ back to the two. That's legit. You know what I mean?
That would be nice.
That would be Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, Jeremy Grant, RJ, and whoever at the point. I don't got a problem with that neither. I really don't, because now the defensive side of the ball is gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. I mean, listen, Jeremy Grant can defend with the best of them. Him and Mitchell Robinson, and I think Julius Randle hold that 3, 4, 5 down real well, and RJ at the two. That's a good team. A lot of guys don't like it, but I think that's a good team. But now you got to wonder, how they gonna feel about moving on from Obi Toppin. But it is about the name on the front, not the back. And I like Obi Toppin, man. I just wish that, that's what I mean about the Randle situation, man. We got to wonder what's going to happen with Obi Toppin, long as Randle here. You might not see Obi Toppin last in a Knicks uniform. I think he's talented. I think he's a little bit too talented to sit there and get minutes behind Julius Randle for the next 3 years. I think that man, if you're not going to give him a prime time chance to play in New York, send him somewhere where he's going to be able to have some time to play, where he can show improvement. He works 17, 18 a game. I wish he would grow here and make it popping, but I just think the Randle thing is pretty tough for him. I really do. I think it's going to hold him back for a minute. And you're right, man, child. We can go young and still compete with that team we talking about. All you gotta do is get the right pieces in here, and I think we can compete and keep it moving. Yeah, you're right, Frank. We can't keep both of them, and that's another name at the trading deadline we don't talk about. You never know. You just never know. You quickly them, you never know. Now you quickly with Grimes here. To me, Grimes make Burks suspendable. We don't need Burks now with Quentin Grimes here.
Facts.
We don't need him here. You know what I mean? So to me, that contract should be out of there. Forget all the journeyman. Forget what he can do every now and then. He's up and down. He's 1 minute he's good, 1 minute he's not. He's up and down. So to me, that contract would be a wrap to me. Yeah, absolutely, man. He can play a backup four when he come out and Cam come in there. Man, that's a good move, Frank. I agree with you 100% on that. He can go to the 4, bring Cam Reddish in at the 3 every now and then. When the back, like you said, switch that thing up. Boy, that would be special. That really would. Obi 2, yeah, he is. He is. Kenny Skywalker the second, man. And like I said, that's the important thing. We got to figure out what they're gonna do with him with the Randle situation. Pistons will ask for Cam and Obi, Cam, Bay, and that's pretty. Cade, Cam, and Bay. That young team down there be nice. Yeah, man, real talk, man. Y'all cats got to pop it up ahead, man. Appreciate y'all. Keep bringing all this fire. You already know what it is. The chat is where it's at. I think so too, man, child. That's why I don't want to give up on him. That's the reason why I said that Randall trade to me for Fox makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense. I don't want to give up my OB neither. I think the man got talent. I think he just sometimes you got to be able to play the minutes. Basketball is a game of rhythms. The game of rhythm. Sorry, you got to be in a rhythm to play basketball. And if you're not getting minutes, you're never getting in a good rhythm. And I think once OB get in there and get a rhythm constantly, and not worry about his mind is not thinking about getting pulled out every time. I think he might see a different ball player. So, but man, like I said, him, De'Aaron Fox, and R.J. Barrett, and oh my goodness, man, you talking about Lob City and a bunch of thoroughbreds. Okay, imagine my man De'Aaron Fox, quickest guard in the league, almost running up and down the court with Obi Toppin and these guys. Shot power, nuts. That would be nuts.
Yeah, I always talk about pace. I wouldn't even have to say pace. I'd have to bring some up like defense, 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 or rebound, 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 or something else. Because I don't with Fox on the court with all these young guys, and he's a young guy himself. These guys will be running and gunning for real, man. Our fast break points will probably elevate a little bit. You know, it'd be some things that happen, man. We need a point guard, man, and he's one of the big names that's out there for being a point guard.
Mhm.
So let's see what happens in this off season,
Yeah,
man.
because the ones we really want, you might not get. Like we know why we already on Devontae Murray train. We on that train.
Oh,
We on
I,
that train. The
and
Devontae Murray train. We on.
and watch this, man.
Mm,
This is just being hypothetical, but I think Pop is getting ready to retire, man. I think this might be maybe his last year. From what I'm hearing, he may be like on his road out the door, and who knows what happens if he's getting ready to leave out of there. A new coach comes in and they want to just start all over. I'm hopeful for. Oh man, I would love to see Murray here, man.
mm.
Oh man, that would 6'7", 6'7", 6'7", 6'8". Your front court right there with Mitch and Randall, or Mitch and somebody in that back court, or Mitch and Grant or something like that. Or, oh my
Hey
God.
man, listen,
Woo,
Devontae Murray and R.J. Barrett backcourt to me would
woo,
be the best young backcourts in the
mm,
NBA, hands down.
woo,
Devontae Murray and R.J. Barrett 6'7", 6'7" in the backcourt
mm,
will be prime time for New York. This dude is a quadruple. The reason why I say quadruple, he do rebounding, scoring, assists, steals,
yep.
everything. You put him and RJ Barrett in the backcourt. Like I said, other than De'Aaron Fox, the only one out there that really moved the needle for me is Devontae Murray. Contract is friendly. He signed a 4 year, $64 million friendly contract. But man, that young man, oh my goodness, bro! You talking about a lockdown backcourt? That is a wrap. So yeah, his name's out there, but hey,
I,
that's the one for me. The
I
one for me
mean,
is
i-
him.
if I had to project for someone that I would want, that would be my guy. I do like Fox. I do think if Fox gets in here, he could change the trajectory of the game with the Knicks and make them a more up tempo, seven what is that, 7 seconds up and down the court and go down and score. It wouldn't be as much as this half court game like we play now as much. It'd be more of a steal, outlet, score, get back on defense. So, that would be something to see. But out of these guards out there, these Halliburtons, these Foxes, if I could get a hold, if I was the front office and I could get a hold of Murray, and I hate to say this, Knicks fans, but I'm giving up. Whatever, almost whatever they want, I'm giving them up. If they want 3 first rounders, if they want maybe a Obi or Fournier, IQ, if they want all of them in the package, I think three first rounders, IQ and Obi, and I give it up, man. Somebody else, whatever, I'm giving it up for him, man. Me, if I'm the front office, yeah, he's here. He's gonna be. He's like a rookie almost. He's a young vet, you know. So he will come in here and be here for the next 4 years. He's still young too, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's like 25, 26. You know, he's just coming into his own right now. He's about to, you know, man, I would really like him here.
Hey, Jarvis, I don't know how true that is, but Gary Trent Jr., bring it on, brother. If Toronto just signed that dude, if they looking to get rid of Gary Trent Jr., the Knicks should be on the phone with them.
Yeah, facts.
I would call them and ask them if they will take Fournier in a first, whatever, for Gary Trent Jr. Dog on defense, knock down the three with the best of them. Oh my goodness, man! But I tell you what, though, if that's true, and Gary Trent Jr. is out there, you got to look at that. I don't know his contract. I would have to pull it up. I know he just signed not too long ago, but man, Gary Trent at the 2 with the Knicks would be nice. That'd be real nice. You can move Fournier for Gary Trent Jr. Come on, man. Go make that call, bro. Make that call. For real. Contract ain't too far off. Make that call. I'll switch them head up. Jarvis, good. Appreciate you putting that out there. That seems crazy to me, but if that was the case, though, we know they are rumors. Everybody, the time that we're listening from, it's a lot of it just rumors. We just making ideas up in our head that what could happen if you had these guys. So we don't. None of it is 100%. It's not legitimate. We're not trying to say it's going to happen. We're not trying to say it's real. We just kind of having fun with what can be. That's what we just do. We just kind of have fun with what can be. If this trade were to go down, or if this guy would be on our team, what would it be like for the Knicks? So we don't have no sources. So I want y'all to understand it, so we don't think we out here spitting hyperbole. These are just ideas that roll through our head that we, us as fans, we speaking more of a fan perspective now with a little bit of GM inside of it, and all that good stuff. But what if, man? It's a lot of possibilities out there. But you know what, guys? We got another couple of days to get it popping. We're gonna keep our eyes open, ears to the ground, and we can see how it's gonna go. Me and Shao Paulo get ready to get out of here, man. But man, you cats in the chat is the best in the business, man. Real talk. That's why I don't try and stand on late and join it with you guys, man. You guys always bring it, man. And I appreciate you guys so much for coming here, bringing your content. Frank Monto, the reporter today, on fire. You guys have had a good day, man. Real talk. But we're going to get up out of here, man. We got a game tomorrow. Hopefully we can rebound tomorrow, go down to Utah, get to the victory. Then the next day we got to go to down to Denver. We're going to be in Will's part of the country up there in Colorado. Hopefully Will can get it popping for us down there and keep us in tune with what's going on down there. Will Shelk, Will down there in Colorado. So he gonna going to the game. Will, enjoy yourself at the game. Will, have fun with it. Hopefully the Knicks can make you satisfied about coming out there with a victory. It ain't over yet, guys. We just got to find a way to come off this West Coast trip with some W's. We got to find a way to at least come home 3-2 or something. We got to find a way to stay close. Just stay close, man, until this trading deadline is over, and then we'll find out what we're gonna do from there, and we'll get it popping. And my man, Shop Powers, man, give me your last thoughts before we get out of here for the day, man, and we get it popping tomorrow.
Yeah, always, man, Divine. Much love and respect. You already know how that go, man. To the chat, man, that's where it's at. You guys keep it funky and real. Much respect to all you guys out there. And Frank Matos, thank you for keeping us informed and throwing your feedback in there all the time, man. Child and everybody else out there, Jarvis and everybody, man. Much love to the chat. And let's give KJ a good birthday present for, I think his birthday is tomorrow, Monday. I think he says birthday is Monday. Let's get Kimba out of here. Let's get Kimba out of here for KJ tomorrow, so we could get on before the before the game tomorrow, and I can see KJ with that big smile that he usually have when he's feeling good about himself.
Yeah. Well, that's what it is, man. Tomorrow at the pregame, 9:00 game, so we probably doing a pregame at 7:30. So y'all just look for the notification. We gonna call it Knicks in Utah, KJ's birthday, man. Stream. We're gonna get it popping tomorrow. All that good stuff. But we always gotta look out for the fan, man. Yeah, man. To you guys, y'all the best. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe on the way out the door, man. Don't cost nothing. Keep Knicks Real Talk in the forefront of anything, man. We're gonna keep growing this channel and get better as it go on. We know. Hey, February, here you go. I gotta give y'all something. February the 16th. Knicks Real Talk 1 year anniversary. I have been on the stream for 1 year flat. My rookie season is over. February 16th, we're gonna hopefully have a great stream, Get it popping up in here. Knicks Real Talk, 1 year, man. Been a long year, but a good year. Grew a lot, learned a lot, met a lot of great people. They come and go. Some stay, some leave. That's fine. Different stroke for different folks. But for the ones who always stay supportive, stayed on the forefront with us, and enjoy the content, and as we enjoy you guys, because you guys make the show, like I said, it's all good, man. So I'm excited about it. 1 year, man. Good journey. Learned a lot. Like I said, grew and still growing. I'm gonna get better as I go. I'm gonna be here till I'm 89 years old. Knicks Real Talk is gonna be a staple up in here, man. So we good. But to the chat, man, great show today, man. Everybody who participated, you guys are the best. Like I said, man. I'll see you cats tomorrow pregame. Knicks Real Talk. Get it popping against the Utah Jazz. We got to go get this victory, man. We got to go get it. We almost had it last night, man. I'm Shaw Powers, man. We almost had that game,
Man,
bro.
I was pissed off with that, man.
I'm like, man, we let that one slip out our
I
fingertips.
was pissed off with that one too.
They played great basketball last night. Maybe that third got away from it, but still, we could. What I do like about it, we competed and we stayed in the game. We didn't give up. We sent it to overtime. That's a sign of some good things to come to me. When you fight that hard, you kick somebody in the butt, they kick you back in the butt, but you find a way to get back up off that floor and fight and don't get knocked out until the game was over. They lost the decision. But you know what? That was a good game for the Knicks, man. So let's keep it popping. But my man Shaw Powers, my brother, I'll see you tomorrow. How we do, man. It'll be about 7 o'clock. I know you'll be in from work by then, and we get
I'm off tomorrow.
Oh man, I know it's gonna be on popping then.
Yeah,
I'll talk to you then, man. Real talk, and appreciate you. Into the chat, let's get it popping. My man Frank Matos, the reporter, West Palm Beach in the building. Jarvis, Louisiana in the house. May the 4th, my man, salute. Man, child, Joe. I'm sorry you came in a little late, Joe. We just about to get off. Appreciate you coming in anyway, man. Real talk. And let's get it popping, man. Like I said, man, child, always. Kevin Middleton. You know how we D-Ross, my man. D Nice.
Yes,
you know how we do. Joe Larson, thanks for coming in, Joe, man. Appreciate you. Keep coming back in here and joining the crew. We in here for everybody, man. Wilson Dang, thanks to you for coming in as well, man. Appreciate that. All you guys, man. Let's get it popping. D-Ross, you already know. Don't have to say no more. Everybody, man. Thank y'all for coming. King Ribby, my man. Salute to King Ribby in the building.
Sir.
I know Parrish was in the building today. We just keep it popping, man. Nick P, peace of God. Appreciate you.
Peace.
D Cool, appreciate you as well. Let me go through it, man. I ain't gonna leave nobody out if I can. You know, that ain't how we get down here. The roll call is important. My man Akuma's in the building. Salute to you. MH was in the building. Elton Lee, the professor.
Yes, sir.
Parrish.
Professor.
Once the Nick, always a Nick.
Professor
Let's
Lee.
get it. Like I said, Will Dang got you in there, my man. Everybody, man. Canal, my man. Teaching well. Thanks for coming back in today. Canal, appreciate you as well. Good to see you again. Know you good, man. My man is Agent Super Argo. Always, he's in the building with us, man. Salute to everybody, man. Great show, great participation as always. Like I said, man, we'll be here tomorrow. Y'all come holler at us tomorrow. We'll salute, man. We'll enjoy that game on Tuesday, man. Hopefully I hear from you tomorrow. But he's gonna be up in Denver, man, getting it popping up in the stadium and all that good stuff. So we'll be in there with Julian, my man, Laker fan for life, White Falcon. Stafford Don was in the building. Blanche Tears was up in here today. Appreciate you, Stafford Don. Everybody, man, let's keep it moving. And that's what it is, man. Keith Turner. Salute to Keith Turner was in the building today. Keith, salute to you. I got Julian, Roberto. Thanks, Roberto. Appreciate you as well. Everybody, man. If I forgot any names, y'all know I didn't mean it, man. You know what I mean? So all love up in here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. If y'all got to get to work, school, or play tomorrow, y'all be safe out there, man, on your journey, your travels. And Jermaine, salute to you, my brother Jermaine Royce, and my man, salute to you. And y'all just be safe and get to where you got to go. Tom, that's a troll. We ain't mess with him. I ain't trying to get, EX0575, salute to you. Akuma, I forgot you, my man, salute to you. But everybody, man, we out of here, man. Knicks Real Talk, Shaw Powers. We'll see y'all cats tomorrow, man. Real Talk. Y'all have a enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. We get it popping, man. We out of here, man. Peace.
Let's get it.
Yo, salute everybody, man. Y'all have a great night, man. See you cats tomorrow. Knicks Real Talk pregame show, 7 o'clock, 7:30 tomorrow. Check for the notification, man. Y'all come in here. Let's get it popping again. Knicks will be down there in Utah, man. Let's go get it popping, man. See y'all later, guys.